Tonight we would like to take this time to recognize our 8 seniors on the football team and 4 seniors on the cheerleading team. First we will start with football. Up first, number 1, Devin Jackson. Devin is being escorted by Michael and Kari Jackson. His plans after he graduates is to go to college and continue his football career. Devin is thankful for his family, friends, and the coaching staff for helping him get to this point academically and athletically. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Devin Jackson. Up next, number 9, Clarence Rogers. Clarence is being escorted by Richard Redding. His plans after high school is to go to college and get a master's in business and graphic design. Clarence is thankful for his mom, even though she can't be here tonight. He would not be the person he is today if it was not for her. Ladies and gentlemen, number 9, Clarence Rogers. Up next, number 20, Nathan Young. Nathan is being escorted by Brett and Kelly Young. His plans after high school is to attend Marshall University School of Pharmacy. He is thankful for his family and coaches for encouraging him throughout his high school career. Ladies and gentlemen, number 20, Nathan Young. Up next is number 21, Nathan Price. Nathan Price is being escorted by his mom, dad, and grandparents. His plans after high school is to attend college or join a union. He is thankful for his family and coaching staff for always pushing him to be the best he can be. Ladies and gentlemen, number 21, Nathan Price. Our next senior is number 30, James Safford. James is being escorted tonight by his mother. His plans after high school is to attend college and play football. He's thankful for J. Ross training him in the off-season, all his coaches for being there for him during his high school career. Ladies and gentlemen, number 30, James Safford. Up next is number 31, Stone Arthur. Stone is being escorted by Britt and Mary Arthur. Stone's plans after high school would like to attend Alderson Broadus for his undergraduate studies, then go to med school to become an interventional radiologist. He's thankful for God, his family, and his coaches. They have brought him through many challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, number 31, Stone Arthur. Our next senior is number 35, Alex Grimes. Alex is being escorted by Jeff and Becky Grimes. His plans after high school is to pursue a career in sports broadcasting. He is thankful for his friends, family, teammates, and coaches. Ladies and gentlemen, number 35, Alex Grimes. And our final senior is number 81, Eli Archer. Eli is being escorted by his mother, Jody, his dad, Aaron, brother, Connor, and sister, Casey. His plans after high school is to attend college and major in business, finance, and play football. He's thankful for his parents pushing him to be the best he could be, and the entire HHS family for welcoming him with open arms. Ladies and gentlemen, number 81, Eli Archer. Fans, once again, let's give a round of applause to our 8 seniors, the class of 2020 Highlander football team. And now, fans, we have 4 senior cheerleaders we would like to recognize tonight. Up first is McKinley McClure. McKinley is being escorted by his parents, Casey and Marilyn McClure. During his time at Huntington High, he has done cheerleading and sports med. McKinley's future plans are to attend college and try to get on an MTV show or The Bachelorette. Ladies and gentlemen, McKinley McClure. Up next is Emma Randan. Emma is being escorted by her parents, Darby and Grant Randan. Emma has been a cheerleader and ran track while at Huntington High. In 2019, Emma had a painting selected to be exhibited at the West Virginia High School during exhibition out of over 200 entries. Her plans for the future is to attend Marshall University to become a physical therapist. Ladies and gentlemen, Emma Randan. Our next senior is Kyra Hughes. Kyra is being escorted by her parents, Christy and Charles Hughes. While at Huntington High, Kyra has been a cheerleader, ran track, and participated in the math club. Her future plans are to go to Marshall to pursue a career in the medical field. She would like to thank her aunt, Kimba, for helping her become the better cheerleader and tumbler. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyra Hughes. And our final senior is Elena Sweet. Elena is being escorted by her parents, Robin and Lester Sweet. This is Elena's first year at Huntington High. Along with cheerleading, she also participates in JROTC. Elena's future plans are to complete training to be a soldier in the West Virginia Army National Guard. Upon her return from training, she will attend Marshall to study early childhood education. She is proud to announce she completed her enlistment into the West Virginia Army National Guard on September 25th. Ladies and gentlemen, Elena Sweet. Fans, once again, let's give a round of applause for 2020 Highlander Cheer Senior Class.
Ready to take on Winfield Generals here. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum, happy to have you with us for Highlander football. It's senior night for the Highlanders here tonight. Woody, a small senior class, but a pretty impactful senior class as well.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Even though there's only about 8 or 9 kids, you got Devin Jackson, you got Eli Archer in that group, you got Stone Arthur, who's played very well for this team, Nathan Price, Nathan Young, the kicker. So yeah, these guys have been leaders all year long, and got off of Schneid last week down at Beckley and finally got that first win of the year. And I know those seniors have to feel good about going into this game. I guess a Winfield team that only played a couple of games, and they played, quite frankly, the 2 best teams in AA in Fairmont Senior and Polka.
Winfield coming in 0-2. Huntington coming off its first win of the season, 1-4 now on the year, in a game that Huntington came out and really got off to a great start, obviously, with the opening kickoff touchdown, went up early 14-0, and then Beckley made it close at 14-6, but then the Highlanders pulled away. So what stood out to you about that game, Woody, in terms of how Huntington played throughout?
Well, I think we finally saw the big plays we expected out of this team. They've got a lot of great athletes, and like you said, Devin Jackson gets a kickoff return for a touchdown, his second of the year, takes it officially 93 yards. Then you get the big 70-yard run by your quarterback. He gets on the board, and we saw big play after big play. Jackson caught another one, a long reception for a touchdown later in the game. So, he's a kid that's just going to make plays like that happen. He's got 4 touchdowns overall this year, 2 on kick returns and 2 as a receiver, and makes big plays. He went 72 yards last week. We saw maybe some running backs finally settle in. Our Monty Felder had a good night, 11 rushes, 78 yards, but he, like Gavin Locko and a couple other players, turned the ball over. Too many fumbles in that game. I know that's one thing that Billy Seals was not happy with. Something they worked on yesterday was, hanging onto the ball, people trying to rip it away at practice during the week. And with Winfield, they've got an opponent that runs a kind of different offense tonight, and they're going to be down a little bit on defense. Clarence Rogers still out because of his concussion against Wheeling Park, and now it looks like David Bradshaw out for a COVID reason tonight. So Gavin Gagkin's probably going to step in for him, and we'll see Felder play some in the secondary alongside of Wainick. So it'll be an interesting evening because you just don't see very many people line up in the single wing anymore. But Winfield likes to do that. They do some shifting. They do some different things with it. And it's more about playing the spot that you're supposed to protect on the field than it is chasing the ball. You got to play to the spot and then figure out where the ball carrier is.
You mentioned that Winfield offense and more of a run-heavy team led by John Covert, one of the top backs in the state. What's so special about the way he runs the football?
Well, he's not the fastest kid. He said that in the paper today, but he runs hard every play. He's strong. He carries people. He's 6'1", 215, 220. And he's a very athletic kid. He hit the only pass he's thrown all year. He completed against Fairmont. He's run for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns in the early part of the season, also caught 3 passes. And honestly, some teams are just looking at him at linebacker, where he leads his team, 22 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, forcing a fumble and breaking up a pass. So he's obviously a key kid you start keying on. But Malachi Woodward-Jones is a kid with a lot of speed. He's averaging about 9.5 yards a carry. There's 4 to 6 receivers that are going to be in the mix tonight. And Bryson Brown is the same kind of guy that Huntington has at quarterback. First-year starter, sophomore, not completion percentage not so impressive, but has hit some for big plays. So both of those quarterbacks are still working their way through the season. 6th game tonight for Laco, just the 3rd game for Brown. But I'll tell you what, we watched him warm up. The kid has a great arm, and he's going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, the numbers don't blow you away, but obviously has some talent there at the quarterback position for Huntington. Gavin Laco, the sophomore, and he continues to make progress each week like this young Huntington team does each week. What have you seen from him so far this season, and what does he need to work on here tonight for Huntington to get a win?
Well, he's got to secure the ball because the fumbles have been a problem, although he's recovered a couple of bad snaps too, so, that's on the plus side. But, overall, he's responsible for 5 scores. 3 of those have been on the ground where he's averaging almost 7 yards a carry. Through the air, it's not great, but it's not terrible. 55 of 113, that's 49%. He leads MSAC in passing with 723 yards. 2 touchdowns, gets 5 picks. Obviously, he needs to flip that number if he can. You'd like to see him maybe connect for 2 or 3 more touchdowns like he did tonight, and maybe keep the interceptions away like he did in the game against Woodrow Wilson last week.
And this is a double-A team for Winfield coming into triple-A Huntington. But obviously a must-win for both teams here. Huntington currently ranked 23rd, 1-4 on the season. Winfield 0-2. So, Huntington doesn't want to have what would be considered a bad loss on its resume, and Winfield would love a big win over a AAA school to help their standings in the power ratings.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would help Winfield a lot. Beating a AAA gives you the maximum amount of points. If they beat a AA school, they'll get 9 points, which is 3 less than you get for AA. But this team is playing a power-packed schedule. I mean, they started with Fairmont Senior, who they played in the playoffs last year. Then they play Polka, and a longtime rival there, the Dots, and they're really good with their running back and their tight end we saw in the exhibition game for Huntington. And then Huntington and Hurricane back-to-back, 2 AAA schools. Then Scott and Point Pleasant, both 2 very good AA schools. Winfield doesn't have a single hole in a script that just started 2 weeks ago. So they played who they could get, and they're going to have to go through and try to get a win. I think tonight they might get worn down a little bit, as Huntington's a lot bigger than the Winfield Generals are because they are a AA team.
Huntington will send all of its seniors out as captains in a way. 4 main captains and then 4 guys standing back at the 50.
Well, it's nice because these guys aren't necessarily starters. Nathan Young, the kicker's out there. 31, Stone Arthur's out there. But 21, Nathan Price, who has played very well at times this year. And 35, Alex Grimes, who's a senior and has had a couple of tackles on special teams. It's great to see those kids get a chance to go out there and flip the coin in their what could be their last game at home. We don't know what will happen that last game of the year.
Highlanders with a different look with the uniforms tonight, all black, and then gold numbers, gold letters, green helmets with the typical green logo on the helmet. Winfield comes out in the all-white uniforms, green numbers, green letters, green helmets. For the Generals, we're just about ready for kickoff here on what is a cooler night than what we've had this season, but still very good conditions and more like football weather.
Yeah, it was in the high 50s today. It stayed a little warmer than I think they thought it would. It's supposed to go down in the 30s maybe here in town tonight. But, yeah, perfect October weather for football. For me, I was a football manager, so we're all 3 of my younger brothers at Winfield. We got a long tradition with the Winfield program, and I saw a lot of familiar names on the list of kids. Some of those names were playing when I was there, so it's good to see that and exciting to get this game kicked off and get it started. I just got to think they're not going to kick to Devin Jackson, though.
I take your word for that, definitely. After a 94-yard return last week and a big return, I believe it was 80-plus against Cabell Midland in that game. So Jackson's definitely dangerous back there. Him and Felder are back deep for the Highlanders. Winfield will kick it away here as we get things started from Bob Sain Stadium.
Winfield's kicker is Braxton Van Scoy. He's 6 for 6 on extra points this year. So they might have Carter Perry punting. I know he was warming up at least. He's listed as our kicker and punter, and he's going to get things started for us.
And Scoy will put it on the tee here as Huntington sends 2 guys back deep. Amari Felder, Devin Jackson, both of them dangerous
and
when they get the football in their
Huntington has the hands team up at the 50. They've seen Winfield try a couple of short kicks to start games. And they faked it, but didn't go with it.
Guy came out of the huddle like they were going to onside kick, but then backed off. Still kind of a weird kickoff formation here
Yes.
for Winfield. Very stacked up on the kicker. It's a short line drive kick. Bounces at the 24. Fielded at the 16 by Amari Felder. Felder gets a nice little hole across the 24 down at about the 25-yard line. That's where Huntington will start. Here on its opening drive, some changes for the Highlanders. New left guard in there. Bryce Dennison out tonight. So Woody, they'll go to the freshman.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. They can't talk about it because of HIPAA rules, but we know that it might well be COVID related. David Bradshaw's out definitely with COVID related, I've been told. But we'll see what they do at that left guard with a freshman starter in there, Robbie Martin.
So Highlanders come out in 4 receiver set. Send a man in motion. Lacko takes a snap. Quick pass out to Waynick on the far side. And Waynick doesn't find much room.
Tripped up by 19, Carter Perry, a 5'8", 150-pound junior cornerback.
Drew Williams on a stop for Winfield.
Move the ball to the 27-yard line. It's about a 2-yard pickup.
Second down and 7 coming up for Huntington at the 27-yard line.
Huntington, as we mentioned, getting the running game going a week ago. Comes out throwing, though, here on the first play of the game. Lacko in the gun. Felder the back behind him. Trips to the near side. Lacko takes the snap. Look to throw the near side. Passes behind his intended man. Falls incomplete. Intended for Harrell.
Incomplete.
So we'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Big third down here to start the game. A little pressure by Winfield that time on the quarterback.
So Highlanders will have it here. 3rd down and 7 on their own 27. Lacko in the shotgun formation. Trips to the near side. 1 receiver to the far. Lacko takes the snap. He'll throw again here on 3rd down. Looking deep over the middle for Devin Jackson, but it sails and falls incomplete. In coverage there, Carson Crouch, the free safety, and the Highlanders will punt on their opening drive.
Well, not the way they wanted to start, that's for sure.
Arthur will punt for the Highlanders.
He's done a nice job this year, up to an average of about 37.2 per punt. He's really improved himself about 5 or 6 yards per punt this year.
Arthur sends a high punt, fair caught at the 40, and that's where the Winfield Generals will start on their opening possession. So no score here, first quarter, 11 minutes to go after Huntington receives the opening kickoff and goes 3 and out.
33-yard punt, no return. I'm surprised he took a fair catch there. It looked like he had some room to maneuver.
Winfield more of a run-heavy team. Come out here with Bryson Brown in the offense. John Covert, the fullback. Malachi Woodard-Jones, the running back.
Jones averaging 9.5 yards per carry. Covert's the banger. He's going to drive it up in there some.
Brown in the shotgun here, pistol formation with Covert lined up behind him. They'll give it to Covert running right. He's got a big hole across the 45. Just shy of midfield is where Covert will be spotted at the 49.
If they're going to let him gash him like that for holes, it's going to be a long night because Winfield will just keep giving it to Covert. He likes getting the ball. He's rushed for over 20 carries on about 17 of his last 20 games.
Power formation here on 2nd and 1. Covert will take the direct snap. Here he'll find room to the outside near, and he'll get the first down, tackled by Jonathan Jackson and Noah Waynick. So it'll be first down Winfield.
That's that's that single wing look with the direct snap.
So into Highlander territory goes Winfield here. Brown in the pistol. 1 receiver to the near side. And Boggs. And then 3 backs in the backfield. 2 of them up, and then Covert right behind Brown here on 1st and 10 from the Highlander 49. Brown will throw a screen pass and it falls incomplete.
Good pressure put on the blitz by Stone Arthur that time.
Intended for Woodard Jones on the pass, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Winfield. That time, good job by the Highlanders to be ready for the pass there in a power formation. They'll send one receiver now to the far side of Boggs. Winfield Jones, Woodyer Jones, the back ahead of Covert here in the shotgun formation with Covert to the left of Brown. Second down and 10 from the Huntington 49. Brown will pass, straight drop back, throws it well over everybody's head, and falls incomplete, intended for Crouch. So it'll be third down and 10 from the Huntington 49.
Honestly, Felder had the best shot at it, and it was 10 yards over his head, honestly. He's got a good arm, but, as a sophomore, he's kind of still got happy feet a little bit. If he plants his feet, throws it, he can really fling it.
So third and 10 for Winfield. They'll spread out the Highlanders here with 4 receivers set. Covert the back to Brown's left.
10 on the play clock. Still looking for the sign, 5 seconds.
Brown gets it off of about 3 seconds on the play clock. Will go deep down the far sideline, but it falls incomplete, well shy of the intended receiver. Waynick there in coverage, fourth down, and Winfield will punt after getting a first down. Kind of interesting there, Woody. They run the ball pretty well in the first couple of plays and then try some passes and obviously unsuccessful.
Yeah, that's been something they've been trying to do all year is establish their passing game, but so far he has missed on his first 3 tries here. That makes him 10 of 26 this season.
Devin Jackson standing back in his own 24. Perry's punt, high end over end punt, fielded at the 21 by Jackson. He'll fair catch, and Huntington will have it here on its own 20.
Pretty good choice that time, 29-yard punt, but he did what he wanted. He backed Huntington up, so they lose on the exchange of punts and pick up a first down, which backs up Huntington back inside their own 20 again.
So it'll be first and 10 for the Highlanders. No score here, opening quarter, second drive for Huntington. 9:38 to go in the first. Laco in the shotgun formation. 2 backs in the backfield. New formation here. Devin Jackson and James Safford, the backs. They'll give it to Jackson running right. Jackson's got a hold, gets a nice block from Safford across the 25. Still on his feet, out to about the 29-yard line.
Looked like maybe number 6, Ian Cottrell, the strong safety, finally made the tackle. Jackson slipped by. Number 1 was trying to bring him down, Carson Crouch. He missed the tackle, and it picks up a first down.
Good run there on first down by Jackson.
Well, they haven't done that a lot this year, but we certainly know he's a risk to take any handoff or any pass the distance.
Same formation here for the Highlanders. 2 backs in the backfield, Safford and Jackson. And this time they'll run it the same play to the opposite side with Safford. Safford across the 30, 35, 40, still on his feet. And all the way down into Winfield territory goes James Safford, the senior.
Big gainer there all the way out to the Winfield 47-yard line. That's a pickup of 23 yards. Nothing like getting a big carry on senior night to get you going.
Safford had a couple of nice runs a week ago against Beckley, but then he fumbled the football and we didn't really see him after that. So if he can hold on to it, he could be one of those many backs in the backfield for the Highlanders. Jackson will run it to the near side, spin move at the line of scrimmage, and then dives forward for about 1 on the play.
The spur that time, Malachi Woodard-Jones makes the stop. He comes into the game, 13 tackles, 2 for loss, a forced fumble, and a pass broken up.
So Huntington moves it to the 46 of Winfield. Second down and 9 here for the Highlanders. Coming up on 8 minutes to go in the opening quarter. No score, but Huntington driving here on its second drive of the ball game. Laco in the pistol formation. Safford lined up behind him, 4 receiver set. Laco will keep here. Running left, sheds off 1 tackler. There's a first down more. Down inside the 30-yard line goes Gavin Laco.
Finally brought
on
down.
A very nice run.
Yeah, John Covert, the senior linebacker, makes the stop, but not before he picked up quite a bit of yardage, about 18 yards on that carry.
To the Winfield 28, so it'll be first and 10 for the Highlanders. Huntington driving here on its second drive of the ball game. No score between Winfield and Huntington opening quarter here at Bob Sain Stadium.
Good carry by Laco. Broke the first tackle and got into the secondary. He has great speed.
Laco, a 4-receiver set here. Safford the back. He'll give it to Jackson on the jet sweep play. Jackson shedding off tacklers, throws a stiff arm inside the 25 and somehow fights forward. Cottrell in on the tackle. Flag comes in late.
Stiff arm. Don't know if he got a hold of the face mask maybe.
Yep, that's what they'll call it, but they'll call it on Winfield.
Oh, so Cottrell got a face mask. I thought maybe when he stuck it out, but it might have just been a reaction on Cottrell's part. It was a pretty good pickup of about 6 yards, and then, of course, face mask. Half the distance will move the ball all the way down to near the 10, put it at the 11.
Highlanders in the red zone here, 1st and 10 from the 11. Of course, can now get to the 1 and get a first down without scoring. Laco in the gun. Felder the back to his left, 3 receivers set for the Highlanders. They'll give it to Felder, his first carry. He fights forward inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line.
He followed Max Wentz that time, and Robbie Martin, the freshman, getting the start at left guard. Bryce Dennison out tonight. A good start for Martin to be able to pick up a block or two and move the ball up 3 yards.
Highlanders will bring in Tyree Smith. So maybe a 2 tight end set here with Eli Archer on the field as well. Laco in the shotgun, Felder the back. 2 tight ends set, 1 receiver goes wide to each side. Felder gets the carry, big hole to the left, scoots forward up the middle. It's about the 6.
Cottrell in on the stop. Also, number 58, Brandon Canterbury, makes a stop.
3rd and 5 from the 6 here, under 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. No score between Huntington and Winfield. Highlanders can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Need to get to the 1 for a first down, obviously. End zone, touchdown. But Laco in the gun here on 3rd and 6. Devin Jackson, the running back. We have a whistle.
Winfield wants time.
Yeah.
Timeout taken by Winfield. That is their first of the half.
So Woody here, good opening second drive of the game here for Huntington. At least can get some points. You're well within Nathan Young's field goal range here. What are you drawing up on 3rd down?
Well, you know, it's odd. They took Amari Felder out last week against Beckley. He was kind of the designated guy that had the rushing touchdowns, 1 from the 6, 1 from the 1. So, but they're putting Devin Jackson back there, try to get a little more speed in that running back. And although Felder's up there in the huddle, so Billy Shields, there's a lot of things they can do. One thing they did practice a lot yesterday was throwing the ball to the tight end. Archer's been open and still only has 5 catches this year, including that great catch last week, but he hasn't got the ball enough. He's a handful for anybody to guard with good speed, great height, and we'll see what they'll do. But we might keep your eye on the tight end on this play. Could be a run-pass option where Laco has a chance to either, if they fall back, he can run the ball. If they come up, he can dump it to the tight end or the running back.
So 3rd down and 5 from the 6-yard line. Huntington driving here. No score opening quarter. The Highlanders looking to take the early lead here at home. Laco in the shotgun. Jackson the back to his left. Smith is in as an up back. They'll give it to Jackson. Runs right. Stutters up the middle and then goes back to the outside and doesn't find any room.
I think he missed the hole, and that might be because he hasn't played a lot of running back this year. But the hole was inside. He took the ball outside, and Winfield was able to stack it up. Covert leads the charge, 44.
So gets it to the 5, so 1-yard pickup on the play. So far, Huntington leaving the offense out there. They'll bring Felder in the backfield. So it looks like Huntington's going to go for it here.
Well, this doesn't surprise me. If they don't make it, they've got Winfield backed up 95 yards away.
Locko in the gun. Felder his back to the right. They'll send Waynick in motion. They'll run a toss play to Waynick, and that did not work at all. Stopped in the backfield by the Generals. It was Cottrell again, along with
the strong safety came on a blitz, and it just was right there when Waynick got the handoff. He was almost in his hip pocket. A loss all the way back to about the 9-yard line, so that one kind of blows up on the team.
So Winfield will have it here at the Huntington 13.
So they're backed up a bit, but they've got to feel pretty good about that.
13-yard line, 1st and 10.
Brown in the shotgun, covered the back here. Brown will take it. QB keeper. Jonathan Jackson comes up and makes the stop. Felder coming in there as well, along with Stone Arthur to bring down Bryson Brown.
Yeah, number 5, Brown, runs into his opposite number. Jonathan Jackson has been wearing 42 all season, but in number 5 tonight in the black jerseys.
2-yard pickup for Brown on the carry to the 15, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Generals. Winfield looks to the sideline. Here is 17 on the play clock. Brown lines up in the shotgun. Back in front of him. Covert takes the direct snap, runs right, and Huntington was there initially. He does find some room there. Tyrese Smith in there.
Smith was the first one, and then Jonathan Jackson again helping out on the tackle. You just can't tell who's going to get the ball in this Winfield single wing. Gets it out to about the 17.
It's kind of hard to see exactly who's lined up behind his center with so many backs back there.
It is 3rd down and 6.
Right now you have about 4 guys in the backfield and then 1 receiver wide. Brown will go play action pass, blitz by Arthur to get some pressure, and Brown is going to fire incomplete.
Boy, big time blitz that time. He was trying to hit number 2, he's running back, Malachi Woodard-Jones, but the pressure by Arthur just made him throw before he was ready.
So Huntington will get good field position here after being stopped on 4th down. Devin Jackson standing back at the Winfield 45. Perry will punt. Obviously, if Jackson gets it here, he could do anything. If you get him the football, high snap, Perry handles it well. It's a short punt, fielded at the 37, and Jackson just comes up, fields it, and he'll be brought down about the 36.
Good job by number 10, Robbie Jividan, in coverage.
So the Highlanders will have great field position here at the Winfield. We'll see where they exactly mark it. It's like the 35-yard line. Opening quarter, 3:10 to go. No score between the two teams. Highlanders, though, in perfect position to get some points on the board here, Woody.
Yeah, I think they felt like they wanted to score a touchdown if they could on that drive, but, maybe it would have been better to let Young kick a field goal and take the points. But you did have them backed up, and this is what Billy Seals was counting on. Pretty good field position for his team, even though they had to exchange turnovers to get there.
Yeah, so far you have to feel pretty good about your defense early on. And a team that doesn't have the threat to make a whole lot of big plays downfield, you kind of know what to expect when you have them backed up here. Shotgun formation, though, for Huntington. Lacko takes the snap. He'll give it to Felder. Felder gets a nice hole. Still on his feet inside the 20. First down and more goes Amari Felder. Very nice run.
Yeah, right behind Robbie Martin, the freshman. He was holding on to his waist as he was running the ball, and that turned into a big gainer.
So Huntington has it now 1st and 10 from the 16 of Winfield.
19 yards on that carry. Huntington using a lot of different backs here early on.
And now threatening for the second time here tonight in the red zone, looking this time to come away with some points. Lacko in the gun, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Felder the back here. They'll give it to Felder running left. Felder gets away from some guys.
Really good block by Skylar Arthur. Scout Arthur did just what he had to do. Just bumped into the man, threw his hands up in the air so there wouldn't be any contact, and that sprung him for a 5-yard gain. Nice job.
Didn't look like he was going to get much, but then
No.
Felder had enough speed, and then Arthur came over with that block, as you mentioned, and that really allowed him to get 5 on the run. So 2nd down and 5 from the 11 for the Highlanders.
Last year, Billy Seals was sure that Amari Felder was going to be another great back. We're starting to see that the last 2 weeks.
Safford's the back here, though, on 2nd and 5 with trips to the near side. Locke will throw, looking over the middle, high and incomplete. Off the fingertips of Scout Arthur.
Like I said, that was something they were working on, those short passes. He's playing what they call a C-back. Most people would call it the wing back. Schuyler and Tubbs, we've seen him playing there as well since Felder moved to the A-back or the tailback. So might see another short pass here or possibly Laco on a keeper.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Highlanders. Trips to the near side. Low snap. Laco struggles to pick it up. Now rolls out to the right. Looks for the end zone. Incomplete. Intended, I guess, for Felder on that pass.
Eli Archer was jumping up and down. He had gotten away from Couch, the safety, but Laco was on the run, didn't pick him up.
So Nathan Young will attempt the field goal here. It's going to be about 28 yards. 1:36 to go in the opening quarter. Wind blowing from far side to near here. Young's field goal is up and good, and Huntington takes the early 3-0 lead here with 1:32 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Highlander football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We'll be back after this.
Presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is brought to you in part by TaxMasters. Visit TaxMasters ProBooks at TaxMastersProBooksPlus.com or call them at 740-867-8333. And Jason W. Elkins at Elkins State Farm Agency. Jason can help you find coverage that works for you. Jason W. Elkins State Farm Agent, 4346 5th Street Road, Huntington, and the Governor's Highway Safety Program. You drive, you text, you pay.
When Americans needed a car that worked harder than a car, we built them a truck. And they used our trucks to build interstates and industries and communities, livelihoods and neighborhoods. Americans needed vehicles worthy of who they are and what they can do. So, we built them a truck.
Have you with us. Ian Cottrell returns the kick from the 7 to the 29-yard, or I'll mark it at the 28, so 21 yards on the return. 1:25 to go here in the opening quarter. Huntington leading 3-0 here at home on senior night. And the Winfield offense comes back onto the field with Bryson Brown in the shotgun. And Covert, the running back, to his left. Brown takes the snap, throws over the middle, high and intercepted. Nope. Felder couldn't catch it.
He'll be seeing that one all evening. That was right in his hands.
Another high throw by Bryson Brown. It is kind of windy out there tonight, but Brown has struggled to throw the ball accurately early on.
Yeah, you know, we saw him warming up, and he was throwing a lot of long balls. He's got a really nice arm and throws a tight spiral. But the shorter passes right now, he's also getting a lot of pressure from the Huntington defense.
Huntington shows blitz here on 2nd and 10 with Covert the back to Brown's left. They'll give it to Covert up the middle, big hole, shedding off tacklers, running over his own guy and getting a first down. Goes Covert, the big fullback.
Finally brought down by Stone Arthur, but way downfield as he picked up yardage all the way to the 44-yard line to match his own number.
6'1", 215-pound senior Fullback, middle linebacker.
16 yards on that carry.
Flag comes in here. Looks like they're going to have maybe 12 guys on the field.
Illegal substitution. Winfield, number 10, came into the game. Nobody went out.
So that will back it up, but it will still be first down here for Winfield. Now on its own 39-yard line.
Second penalty against the Generals in the game.
It'll be first down and 15.
Again, Huntington showing blitz here on 1st and 15 now. With Brown in the shotgun, Cover the back to his left, up backs in as well here, just one receiver to the far side. Cover will take it. He'll pitch it now to a man in motion. I believe Woodyard Jones there.
Yes.
I know, it's going to be Crouch.
Crouch.
He gets back to what would have been the line of scrimmage. Actually gets 6 on the play.
Nice tackle by Stone Arthur to bring him down. Good misdirection, though, by Winfield. That's what they want to do with their offense.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 45. Brown in the gun here. Same formation. One receiver to the far side, Covert the back. 2 up backs in front of Brown. Brown will take the snap, looks to throw underneath, knocked away by Noah Waynick, intended for Crouch. Pass falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
So far, 0 for 6 for the General quarterback. Just not connecting with these receivers. And if he'd thrown that one on time, I think Waynick might have turned it around and gone the other way. Big 3rd and 9 for Winfield here.
Final few seconds here of the opening quarter. 3-0 Huntington. 3rd and 9 for the Generals on their own 45. They'll spread it out here with a 4-receiver set. Covert the back. 2 go to each side for the Generals. Brown under some pressure, finds an open receiver into Huntington territory. It's caught by Carter Perry. It'll be a 1st down Winfield here.
Yeah, I think he got away from Gavin Adkins, who's playing the linebacker, as we are done with the first quarter.
That does it for the first quarter. Huntington leading 3-0. You're listening to Highlander football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We're writing the next chapter of West Virginia's comeback story as we speak. But one elected official, or even all of our elected officials, can't do that on our own. Ultimately, West Virginia's comeback story will be written by you. I ask for your confidence and I ask for your vote so that we can put that pen back in your hands, and your hopes, your dreams, and your aspirations will write the next chapter of West Virginia's comeback story. I'm Daniel Linville, and I approve this message.
This is Huntington High School head football coach Billy Seals, and my players are awesome. Through the example of athletics with character, integrity, perseverance, our young men are good role models for the community of Huntington, and we're looking forward to all that they do on and off the field for our program. Cowboy County Schools, #BeAwesome.
Welcome back to Bob Sane Stadium. Huntington leading here, Winfield 3-0. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum, happy to have you with us for Highlander football here on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930, WRVC Huntington.
Quick score from the baseball playoffs. Astros down 3-2 to the Rays in the series, but the Astros up 3-1 in the top of the 5th of the baseball game tonight. Keep an eye on that. College football and plenty of high school football tonight.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Winfield after the big play on 3rd down. Carter Perry making the reception to set up the Generals after the Highlanders blitzed, and then Winfield able to find its first real big completion of the day for Bryson Brown in the offense. 1st and 10 now from the Huntington 38. And Covert, I believe, is the only guy in the backfield here under center, so it'll be Wildcat. Covert will look to throw downfield, looking for Boggs, and the throw falls incomplete.
Flags down as Devin Jackson and number 7, Bray Boggs, were bumping each other down the field.
So that should be, will be pass interference here against Huntington. So,
well, it was pass, like I say, it was bumping both ways. And I guess Jackson's talking to the official, asking him just exactly what did he see, trying to plead his case. He's not going to change their mind, but he might try to be getting a call later on in the game. So that's about a 15-yard penalty, which moves it down to the 22.
So Winfield looking to answer the Huntington field goal here, moving into Highlander territory to the 22.
It's 3 first downs in this drive for Winfield.
Covert ran to the sideline, so it looks like they're going to keep him in as the Wildcat quarterback here on 1st and 10. 2 upbacks, 2 receivers, 1 to each side. And this time Covert will keep and run up the middle, big hole, fights forward and lowers the shoulder to the 16-yard line. Tyrus Smith in on the tackle.
Picks up about 6 on the play. He's got 5 carries for 35 yards.
Winfield really gives you every look you could get. Wildcat, wing offense this time.
Malachi
Woodyard Jones is going to take the snap, so everybody gets a snap here, and Woodyard Jones fights forward for a first down. Winfield. So moving now into the red zone and
1st and goal.
1st and goal here.
7-yard pickup there.
Winfield looks to the sideline here for the play. 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. 3-0 Huntington, but Winfield threatening here. Covert under center here in the shotgun. Wildcat formation. It looks like Huntington might have jumped off sides. And they did, so that will move it forward to the Huntington 5-yard line.
And that's just a bonehead play. You can't let that happen. Number 50, James Scott, is right over the ball. We hadn't seen much offsides the last couple of weeks. I thought maybe they'd gotten by that, but rises up, bites him again with a 5-yard penalty, moves the ball to the 4.
So again, Covert in the Wildcat formation. 1 receiver to each side. He'll run up the middle, dragging the pile forward.
Waynick in on the stop along with Scott.
Move the ball to the Huntington 3. So 2nd and goal for Winfield here. Driving down 3-0 in the second quarter. Covert in that same Wildcat formation. He'll take the snap, run left, and this time does not find much room at all. I believe Donovan Garrett, Gavin Atkins in there as well to stop Covert.
Yeah, that was a great stop there by Atkins. Wrapped him right at, actually drove him back for a loss of a yard, back to the 4.
So it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 4. Looks like Winfield's going to keep the same formation out here with Covert taking the snaps.
Winfield having trouble getting the play call in.
Yeah,
The clock's
only
down to
5
now, and looks like they'll take their 2nd timeout.
Didn't really look like they knew what they wanted to run here, so another timeout here. 3rd down and goal. We've seen a lot of different stuff from this Winfield offense, Woody, and Huntington's got to prepare for a lot of different looks that they're going to show you.
Well, absolutely, and Covert may run it, he may pass it, he may hand off to someone. They're going to try to get Huntington's defense flowing one way and go back the other way if they can, or sneak a receiver out if everybody's run conscious with Covert in there as the up back. But Winfield's had trouble signaling in. We've seen them run the clock way down a couple of times. I think part of that is when you change the people taking the signal so much. It's not like Brown is the guy out there making that call every time, whether he is taking the snap or not. And I think, it's probably harder for a Covert or Woodard Jones or some of those players to be in that position and have to read the play, think about what it is, and then make the determination which way we're going with that, because there's so many looks that they're using in that single wing look.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for the whole team just to get used to different guys with the cadence and stuff too. So
yeah,
that's something you have to adjust to. But so far, Winfield seems to adjust to it in terms of no offsides penalties or anything like that. But maybe some issues getting the play in here early on. So we'll reset it here. 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line for the Generals. Huntington back out on the field. Winfield now runs back out there for a 3rd down in field goal range, trailing 3-0 here. 9:16 to go.
11th play of the drive. It started at the 28.
So they'll keep Covert in the Wildcat formation. With one receiver to each side. Covert takes the snap, looks to throw to his tight end, and I believe it is intercepted by the Highlanders.
Arthur comes up with the ball.
Yeah, Scout Arthur jumped the route. It was intended for Ethan Young, I think the tight end, and Arthur jumped the route and picked it off, and Huntington gets a big red zone stop.
Boy, nice play by Scout Arthur. Big interception by the Highlanders, and even though they have the ball to 6, that sure beats Winfield going in for 6 on that play. Young hadn't caught a ball all year, so that I don't know that he was the expected target, but Covert's pass was not very well thrown, and Arthur just stepped right in front of the tight end to pick it off.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Huntington here. Lacko in the shotgun. 3 receivers set. Waynick goes to the near side. Lacko takes the snap. He'll keep. Run forward, shed off a man still on his feet. Covert there to bring him down. Out to the 13-yard line goes Lacko.
Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 coming up for Huntington at the 12-yard line.
Good pick up there by the quarterback on 1st down.
A real nice run by Lacko here. He's definitely shown the ability to run the football throughout the season. For a while, he was their main threat to run.
No doubt.
Now starting to find some running backs here with Safford and Felder on 2nd and 4. 6 on the play clock. Lacko screen pass out to the far side. Caught, but not much room on the play.
Really good job by number 8 making the tackle that time for Winfield. He is what they call the anchor, the defensive end. He read the play and took Harrell right down almost as soon as he caught the ball. Matter of fact, he lost a yard on the catch.
So I'll bring it to 3rd and 5 here for the Highlanders. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Huntington gets the interception, set up this drive after Winfield drives down to the 3-yard line. Now Huntington has it 3rd down, though. Lacko takes the snap, looks to throw. He wants a deep ball for Devin Jackson on the out route and threw it a little early, and it fell incomplete. Crouch in coverage. Huntington will punt.
Yeah, a little bit of a rush that time. Number 2, Woodard Jones coming on a blitz, and he had to throw it before really Jackson was ready.
Scout Arthur, after getting the interception, will now come out and punt. Well, it's been a slow start for really both teams here. 3-0, 7:43 to go in the first half.
Carter Perry back to return for the Generals.
Perry back deep. Arthur will punt here on 4th down and 5. Standing in his own end zone is Scout Arthur. He sends a low punt. Fielded at the 40 by Perry. He gets wrapped up almost immediately.
Yeah, I think
looked like Price in there.
Maybe got a hold of the face mask because it turned his head right around.
Yeah, flag came in right away as well. So Winfield should have pretty similar field position to what Huntington had on its scoring drive.
Good job in coverage, but, boy, big-time face mask going to move it 15 yards. Winfield's going to have great starting position.
You know, should have it about the 25-yard line for the Generals. And what it feels very similar game here for both teams. Huntington gets down into the Winfield territory, and then it has to turn it over on downs, or it doesn't have to, but it did turn it over on downs. And Then Winfield drives down the field, throws an interception, but both teams get good field position after the turnovers in the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, with the 29-yard punt and a 15-yard penalty, Winfield starts at Huntington's 25 on this drive.
Bryson Brown back in at quarterback here, so the Wildcat no longer the offense. It's a 4-receiver set.
A little late getting those guys on the field, now trying to get the signal.
Covert the back here on 1st and 10 from the Huntington 25. Covert gets it, doesn't find much room, avoids Scott.
Max Wentz with a big hit on the line, and Max has played so well for a guy that didn't play any defense at all the first 2 years. They ask him to move over there, and he stops there, the big tailback for Winfield after a 1-yard gain.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 24. 7.5 minutes ago here in the opening half, 3-0 Huntington. Bryson Brown looks to the sideline in the shotgun here. Covert remains the back, 4-receiver set, 2 to each side for the Generals. Huntington stacks the line of scrimmage with 9 guys in the box. They'll throw it out to the wide side. It's complete by Crouch. He makes a nice move and picks up the 1st down.
Really good read by the quarterback. Huntington didn't have Crouch covered. Quarterback looked over, saw that, took the short route. Crouch turned it into a 1st down.
So Winfield again moving well into Huntington territory here after the great field position. 1st and 10 now.
Down around the 12-yard line, so pick up a 12 on that last pass.
Ball at the 12-yard line, 1st down.
Brown in the gun. 3 receivers go to the near side. 1 to the far. Back remains Covert to Brown's left. Brown takes the snap again, looks quickly over the middle, but it passes behind his intended receiver, Cottrell, and falls incomplete.
Do that one a little quicker than he needed to. Pressure wasn't that bad. Could have waited for him to break open. Young quarterback just trying to learn those things.
They'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Winfield.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. Now 6:42 to go in the first half. Huntington leading here at home 3-0. Winfield, though, driving after great field position. Quick pass complete to Crouch. He sheds off 1 man, but then doesn't find much room down to about the 9-yard line.
Same play as before. That time Bradshaw recognized, though, what they were trying. Broke off of his man and got in there to make the tackle quickly. Pickup of about 2 yards. So 3rd and 8.
Place it at the 9-yard line. So
3rd and 7 then.
Bryson Brown in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Covert the back to Brown's left here on 3rd down and 7. From the Huntington 9-yard line, we'll have a timeout again by Winfield. All 3 timeouts. Here was still 5:55 to go in the first half.
Well, I don't think there's really any need to save him. And again, because you've got a sophomore quarterback, because it's only his 3rd game, he didn't quite understand what you were looking for on that play. So take the timeout, bring him to the side. You sure don't want to come away with no points again. Huntington went down once, didn't get any points, took the field goal the 2nd time. Winfield's been down there through the interception. Now, if they can't get a 1st down or a touchdown here, they definitely want to be able to send their kicker on to try to tie the game.
Definitely. And Huntington, obviously, leading here 3-0 after having some success early in the game moving the football. Winfield has the interception on its last time down here, and then able to get the stop defensively to force the punt, and the penalty sets up the Generals with it at the Huntington 25. So definitely have to get at least 3 points here.
A long time out this time. Kind of hard to outguess those guys what they're going to do. A minute ago, they were racing to kick it off after a score, and now this time they're just completely at ease with taking about a 2-minute timeout.
So now the Highlanders trot back out onto the football field, and Winfield will come out here shortly for what will be 3rd down and 7 from the Highlander 9-yard line. Winfield driving here, down 3-0 here in the first half, 5:55 to go in the second quarter at Bob Sain Stadium. Nice night here, a little bit chilly, but a little bit of wind, but overall clear skies. And Winfield has it in a shotgun formation, sent a man in motion from left to right, and now a flag comes in.
Looked like somebody moved for Winfield that time. And a legal procedure will back it up. Makes it a 3rd and 12 back at the 14. That changes the play a little bit. You might hand it to Covert for a short gain. He only needed 7 yards. This time he probably got a throw.
4 receivers set, 1 or 2 to each side for the Generals. Same look here with Crouch going from left to right. Brown, he wants a man over the middle, and it's knocked away.
Almost intercepted, knocked down by number 7, Amari Felder. Winfield will bring on the kicking team.
Amari Felder on the coverage.
So that will bring Van Scoy on to attempt a field goal.
Be about a 21-yard field goal. We know he's been perfect on extra points this year, but didn't show in the stats any field goals attempted this season. Number 10, who was late getting out there before, late again.
Field goal is up and good. So Winfield ties it here at 3 with 5:44 to go in the first half. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Highlander football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take.
Welcome back to Bob Sain Stadium. Huntington leading, or tied now, 3-3 after the Winfield field goal. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum, happy to have you with us here. 5:44 to go in the first half, and Woody, it's been a defensive battle here early on. Huntington will get the football here, and so far both teams kind of struggling to put points on the board, moving the ball relatively well, but just not really scoring.
Yeah, both teams have picked up, I think, about 5 first downs and have ran the ball. Haven't thrown it very well, but have ran it well. But neither able to get in the end zone yet.
So back deep for the Highlanders will be Amari Felder and Devin Jackson standing at the Huntington 20. Perry will kick it away. It's a high kick, and it will bounce at the 1 and roll into the Huntington end zone. So it will be a touchback. Huntington will have it in that zone 20. 3-3 ball game here. 5:44 to go in the first half. A chance to take the lead right before halftime and give yourself some momentum heading into the second half. Winfield will have it to start the second half.
Yeah, and Huntington needs to get a little bit going on offense. The last drive they didn't get a first down. The previous drive to that, just 1 first down. They've got to put some plays together and move the ball out of their own end. As you were pointing out during the timeout, most of the game has been played on the right side of the field so far tonight because Winfield got the flip on the quarter and we're going the same way as Huntington had been.
So Highlanders have it here, 1st and 10 for the 20. Laco will keep running to the left scampers forward for a few. That's about the 24-yard line, 23.
Ethan Young, a wheel linebacker for Winfield with 12 tackles, makes that stop, but a pretty good pickup on first down, give him about 4 yards.
It'll be second down and 6 from the 24. Flacco in the gun here once again. Trips to the far side. Devin Jackson in the slot. The back is Amari Felder. Flacco will throw here over the middle, complete. Or actually, it falls incomplete. Intended for Scout Arthur.
Number 2, Woodard Jones went down hard, gets up slowly. He jumped in there to break up the pass.
So it'll be third down here quickly for Huntington. 3rd and 7. 6 from the 24. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Locko runs in from the sideline.
Just 2 of 8 for 2 yards for Locko in the passing this first half.
Seems like Huntington's ran it pretty well, but haven't had the balanced attack here early on. Locko will throw here on 3rd and 8. Steps up. He's under some pressure. Rolling out to the left. Looks downfield. Complete to Amari Felder. Felder stays on his feet. First down and more for the Highlanders across the 40. And down about the 43-yard line goes Amari Felder on the reception on a play that looked like it was going to be a throwaway, but then Locko found Felder, and Felder made a play.
18 yards to pick up. And the thing was, Locko stood in because they were thundering down on top of him. He knew that he was going to get hit as he let it go, and Felder turned it into a big first down.
So they mark it at the Highlander 42. Trips to the far side. One receiver, Noah Waynick, to the near. Felder the back here on 1st and 10. They'll give it to Felder running right. Cuts it up the middle. Felder, big hole across midfield. 40, 35, and then falls down, brought down by the turf.
Turf monster got him at the 30.
What a run, though, by Felder. Started right, then cut back towards the middle, and got a big block on the outside as well. Great job by that left side of the offensive line. Maxwell Wentz sealing off the outside, and Felder gets another Highlander first down here to the Winfield 30.
5 carries, 57 yards for Felder here in the first half. And, yes, Huntington has finally flipped the field, and they're driving to our left, hoping to pick up a score with 4 minutes left in the half.
10 on the play clock here. Locko in the shotgun. Trips to the far side. Waynick, the receiver to the near. Locko, he wants Waynick. Deep ball. Caught, no, incomplete. Waynick couldn't quite haul it in. He was open, but Locko's pass let him out of bounds.
He was open and got behind number 7, cornerback Bray Boggs, but the pass just a little too far outside to come up with the catch.
Good time to take a shot on 1st and 10 from the Winfield 30.
Yeah, they were back on their heels a little bit after the long run by Felder and the catch by Felder.
So again, same formation. Trips to the far side. Waynick, the receiver in the near. Felder the back. And we'll give it to Felder again. A big hole. 35. Still on his feet. Then tripped up by Boggs on the tackle.
Yeah, number 7 on number 7 there, but nice pickup to about the 24-yard line is a 6-yard gain. Felder's doing a better job of picking up where the hole is, cutting back. You got to do that in this Huntington offense. You've got to see where the blocking's going in and cut against the grain. He's been doing a really nice job of that tonight. He's got 6 carries for 63 yards right now.
3:20 to go. Clock ticking here before halftime. 3rd down and 4 for the Highlanders at the 24. Play clock down to 3. Locko gets the snap off. He'll keep big hole to the outside. Inside the 20, 15. First down, more. Locko still on his feet. Touchdown, Huntington. Gavin Locko makes a play on the QB keeper. Takes it 24 yards to the end zone. And Huntington retakes the lead now at 9-3 with the extra point pending from Nathan Young.
3 big plays. Felder with 2 and then a big one there. Well, really, we'll give Felder 3 because he also had a nice 6-yard run to set that up. A 24-yard touchdown with 3:02 to go.
Young comes on. Huntington now leading 9-3. Young to make it 10-3. His extra point is good, and Huntington extends its lead to 7 now. With 3:02 remaining here in the first half, we'll take a quick break. You're listening to Highlander football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Looking for fair prices, professional service, and the most customer-friendly shop in the tri-state? Then Freedom Gun & Pawn in Lavalette is your kind of place. Freedom Gun & Pawn has the best selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage firearms, plus a large stock of ammo and accessories. Freedom Gun & Pawn is everything you want in a gun and pawn shop. Freedom Gun & Pawn, proud to support our local high schools and communities. Across from Food Fair in Lavalette, online at freedomgunandpawn.com.
If you're enjoying tonight's free broadcast of Huntington High School football, please consider making a donation to Huntington High School Sports Boosters. High school football ticket admissions cover the cost of many other high school sports programs. Due to the attendance restrictions from COVID-19, your support is more important than ever before. Please donate at paypal.com/HHSBoosters or click on the link in the Facebook post. Thanks, and go Highlanders!
Welcome back to Bob Sain Stadium. Huntington 10, Winfield 3 here with 2:56 remaining in the first half. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum, happy to have you with us. Ian Cottrell takes it out on the kickoff to the 25-yard line. That's where Winfield will start here. Now trailing 10-3 after the Highlanders get a Gavin Lacko touchdown run.
Good special team tackle by Jaden Scott on the play. So now Huntington needs to turn up the pressure and keep Winfield from answering the long drive that Huntington just put together.
Brown in the shotgun here. He'll throw on 1st and 10. Quick pass and read immediately. I believe Jonathan Jackson broke on the football right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, I tell you, number 19, Carter Perry, he paid the price for that 1-yard gain because Jonathan Jackson rocked his world.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard pickup. Perry, one of the many receivers that Winfield runs out there. Crouch, Perry, Boggs all get involved. Woodyard Jones a little bit in the passing game, Covert as well. Bryson Brown in the shotgun here with Covert the back behind him. And another penalty flag comes in.
Looks like Huntington says that Winfield moved. That's the 4th penalties on the general, 4 for minus 26 yards.
And Huntington will take a timeout here.
Well, Billy Seals thinking, hey, it's 2nd and long now. If they throw a couple of incomplete passes and we can get a stop, we can get the ball back and maybe go get another score. So I think that's a good call.
We'll take a quick break here. Huntington 10, Winfield 3. 2:18 to go in the first half. You're listening to Highlander Football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Nervous? I trust Huntington Federal. I believe in them, and I think they believe in us.
There it is. Hey, David.
Well, are you both together?
We're sitting here in front of our new dream home.
Well, I think we just made your dreams come true. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello?
Huntington Federal, making dreams come true.
Hello?
This is going to be America's favorite breakfast. They just don't know it yet.
These are a few of my favorite
Wendy's is changing the game from this to a breakfast that eats other breakfasts for breakfast. Who says you can't have a Baconator for breakfast? Don't just grab a coffee. Grab a Frosty Chino instead. And forget that frozen folded egg stuff. All of these have fresh cracked eggs. One bite and it'll be your new favorite. Guaranteed. Try your new favorite today. We'll even deliver it. Order by 10 a.m.
Welcome back to Huntington. Highlanders leading 10-3. We got 2nd down here for Winfield. Backed up in its own territory. Bryson Brown wants a deep ball down the field. Omari Felder tips it a bunch of times, and now he intercepts it at the 40. Felder somehow made the interception across midfield, still on his feet. 35. And down inside the 30 goes Amari Felder. He looked like the intended receiver. Tipped the ball about 4 or 5 times, caught it, and then returned the interception. There is 2 flags on the field, but what a play by the sophomore safety.
What a great play. He bobbled it, and then I thought number 7 for Winfield, Bray Boggs, was going to catch the ball, and then Felder tipped it to himself again. Now, you get a block in the back on the return, but that doesn't take anything away from a fantastic return and a great play by Felder as he returned that ball somewhere in the neighborhood of about 35 yards.
Felder had an interception earlier that he dropped. That one he wasn't going to let hit the ground after dropping the interception earlier in the ball game. Huntington now will have it in its own territory at the 47-yard line, but still really good field position here. Woody already leading 10-3 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. You have a chance to extend that lead.
Yeah, absolutely, and you start near midfield. Like I said, blocking the back, it seems to happen on every return play these days, but still great position for Huntington here to try to really get up in this game.
Laco will throw here on 1st and 10. Laco over the middle, bounces shy of the intended receiver, Montez Tubbs.
Yeah, and, he just underthrew the ball that time. Tubbs was open. So was the receiver on the outside was wide open. I think it's Harrell. And Devin Jackson came back to the huddle and said, I beat my guy 10 yards. So, it's just so much for sophomores to see, though, because they haven't seen it, and the game's still moving fast for him. Both of these quarterbacks, by next year, this stuff will slow down a bit.
So we take 2nd down and 10 for Highlanders. Here, 4 receivers set. Laco will keep this time running left about the 49 before he's tackled by Covert.
Covert's all over the place for this Winfield team. There's hardly a play that doesn't involve him.
So 3rd and 8 for the Highlanders on their own 49.
Laco 5 carries, 56 yards in the game, is just behind Felder as a leading rusher.
Huntington goes quickly here. Laco well under a throw, but it's caught on coming back to the football.
I think it might be
Devin Jackson should be him.
Yeah, brought down by Ian Cottrell. It was kind of like the back shoulder throw we hear a lot about in the NFL, except it wasn't on purpose. He threw it short. That allowed Jackson to make the break, come back, and he's down to the 33-yard line on a 1st and 10.
So Huntington moving quickly here again. Laco takes the snap, looks to throw, has good time. Now he'll run. Laco across the 30 and brought down just shy of the 1st down.
And Billy Seals takes a timeout with 1:07 left on the clock. Still got 1 to burn. But a nice pickup there all the way down to around the 25-yard line. They'll need 2 on 2nd down.
One thing that Laco has seemed to progress with is him being a lot more patient back there. He took what the defense gave him. Nothing open downfield, so he uses his legs. Which has been really his strength this whole season, running the football, but certainly has the ability to make the big plays down the field.
Yeah, he does.
Last week, the big touchdown to Devin Jackson.
And he had a 70-yard run last week, too. So, he can really – he's going to be a sensational quarterback. We've talked about it before. At the lower levels, he won 2 Turf Bowl championships for Douglas Kamak, the D.C. Express. He won the 8th grade championship for Huntington Middle, playing there. And Felder was on that team, so were a lot of these sophomores. So these kids have won in the past, and it's going to come. I know we've seen them get better each and every week. And I know that may sound like cliche to people who are going, well, they were still losing, but they were playing such a good schedule. And, hey, Winfield's not a bad team at all tonight. I mean, they have played above what I thought they could play, and they have really brought it tonight. So, I'm kind of proud of my alma mater. They're hanging in there with the AAA school right now. Huntington may wear them down in the second half, but right now they've been giving as good as they got.
Important drive here for Winfield and for Huntington. Huntington looking to extend its lead. Winfield looking to hold it to just 7. Laco under some pressure. Pass got knocked down at the line. Intended for Montez Tubbs.
Yeah,
actually, that was Safford, the intended man.
Ethan Young came on the blitz up the middle. He was the quarterback pressure that time.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3 here, 1:02 to go in the first half. Huntington leading here at home 10-3. Flacco with a touchdown run on the Highlanders' previous drive, the Felder interception setting up this drive here. 3rd down and 3 from the 26. Flacco in the shotgun, trips to the far side, one in the near, low snap. He handles it well, and now he looks deep for Devin Jackson, but well out of bounds and incomplete. Flag did come in, though.
Got to think it's either a holding or at that point it might be a roughing the quarterback. Nope, but it'll be a hold. Yeah. Well, I was trying to be hopeful there. If I'm Winfield, I might take the play and just make it be 4th down and let Huntington decide if they, what they're going to do. They got one timeout left, even though the board shows 2, but it's just one timeout left. But they're going to back them up, take the 10 yards, I guess, hoping to get them out of field goal range. But now you give Huntington 2 plays maybe to try to get this yardage. And I think the better play would be to try to hold them on 4th and 3.
Yeah, depending on what happens here, it could be pretty much the same situation for Huntington, or you have 2 plays like you mentioned. Because you had a 4th and short.
Yeah, 3rd and 13 here from the 36.
Maybe you think they punt. If they don't get it here, Locke will take the snap under some pressure, screen pass underneath the Devin Jackson. Jackson is tackled right away. Looked like it was going to set up well as about all the D-line was chasing after Locke, but a nice play by Winfield's linebacker to come up and make the stop.
Yeah, the defensive end, the anchor, as you said, Drew Williams makes the tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, quite frankly, Jackson's probably in the end zone. He stopped that play for no gain.
Clock continues to roll now, under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Huntington looks to the sideline, 15 on the play clock.
They probably burn their last time out here and talk about what they want to do or just let the time wind down. I don't think they'll try a field goal of this distance.
Might take one shot at the end zone here.
They ran it all the way down to 5.7, and I think that's probably a pretty good chance they're going to throw long.
Especially with the playmakers you have on the outside. I mean, Waynick's shown the ability to make some big plays down the field. Obviously, Devin Jackson can make a lot of plays. So,
yeah. Well,
if you turn it over, you probably don't have to worry about Winfield taking a shot. So.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you can throw it long, you might eat up the clock. But if at the the only thing that goes wrong here is if you give up a sack and you fumble or you throw an interception. Other than that.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Wouldn't have really mattered. There was a player on him, and that would have been the end of the play. But it's a good half. It's not the most exciting half of football, but a 10-3 game, nice and close. And boy, like I said earlier, Winfield's really come to play tonight. Huntington, go in and talk about it a little bit, see if they can figure out some ways to make this better.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have halftime here at Bob Sain Stadium. You're listening to Highlander football. Huntington leading 10-3 at the half on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
This is Huntington High School head football coach Billy Seals, and my players are awesome. Through the example of athletics with character, integrity, perseverance, our young men are good role models for the community of Huntington, and we're looking forward to all that they do on and off the field for our program. Cabell County Schools, #BeAwesome.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Sports management or business. Up next is Ethan Blake. Ethan is being escorted by his parents, Eric and Kristen Blake. Ethan is a 4-year member of the Highlander Marching Band and plays the baritone. He's a member of National Honor Society and on the honor roll. Ethan's freshman year, he was selected as an outstanding science student. Ethan plans on attending Marshall University and majoring in engineering. Up next is Theo Brown. Theo is being escorted by his parents, Matt and Mary Lauren Weimer. Theo is a 4-year member of the marching band, concert band, and jazz band. After graduation, he plans to study bioengineering or history. Up next is Andrew Castle. Andrew is being escorted by his parents, Nicole and Joe Holderby. He is a 4-year member of the marching band and concert band. He's also in Spanish honorary. After graduation, Andrew plans to attend Marshall University to study political science. Up next is Haley Day. Haley's being escorted by her parents, Rebecca Kirtley and Rick Day. Haley was involved in marching band all 4 years of high school. Her plans after graduation are to go to Marshall. Up next is Tucker Denning. Tucker is being escorted by his parents, Dr. Krista Denning and Dr. David Denning. Tucker was involved in marching band and was also the freshman homecoming attendant. Tucker was accepted to West Virginia Wesleyan College and plans to major in computer science. Up next, we have Chaz Ellison. Chaz is being escorted by his mother, Carmen Dial. Chaz is a 4-year member of the marching band and jazz band. After graduation, Chaz plans to attend West Virginia University. Our next senior is Audrey Gray. Audrey is being escorted by her parents, Heather and Dale Gray. Audrey is a 4-year member of the marching band. She plans to attend Marshall University to study computer engineering. Up next is Leland Howard. Leland is being escorted by his mother, Alexis Duff. He is a 4-year member of the marching band and concert band. He was also in jazz band, all county, all area, and Marshall Honor Band. Leland was also involved in theater where he performed in several of their shows. Leland plans to attend Marshall University. Up next is Erica Jackson. Erica is being escorted by her mom, Heather Jackson. Erica is a 4-year member of the marching band and concert band. After graduation, she plans on going to Marshall University to enroll in early childhood education program to work towards becoming a pre-K teacher. Up next is Elena Jewell. Elena is being escorted by her mother, Gladys Jewell. Elena has been in the marching band all 4 years, as well as a member of Upward Bound. After graduation, Elena is planning on going to Marshall University or Kennesaw State University or the University of Georgia to become a veterinarian and wildlife rehabilitator. next is Abby Massey. Abby is being escorted by her mom, Ronnie Ferguson. Abby is a 4-year color guard member, the clerk for the Thespian Club, a National Honor Society member, show choir member, and involved in the theater. Up next, we have Sophia Mays. Sophia is being escorted by her parents, Elizabeth and Michael Mays. Sophia is a 4-year member of the marching band and jazz band, in addition to being a drum major for 2 years and participating in the Marshall Honor Band and All-County Band. She is also a member of the cross-country and track team. After graduation, Sophia plans to continue running cross-country and track in college. She plans on majoring in elementary education. She's undecided on where she's going to attend college. Our next senior is Ray Parrish. Ray is being escorted by her parents, Mary Parrish and Wendell Keith. Ray is a 4-year marching band member and has kept up a 3.5 GPA throughout high school. Her plan after high school is to join the Air Force Reserves and study psychology to hopefully become a therapist. The next senior is Cynthia Short. Cynthia is being escorted by her parents, Michael Short and Brenda Wilkes. Cynthia is a member of the Color Guard, the Honors Program, and National Honor Society. After graduation, she plans to attend Marshall University. Up next, we have Charity Stradwick. Charity is being escorted by her parents, Christina and Anthony Stradwick. Charity is a 4-year member of the marching band and has been drum major for 2 years. She is also a member of HISTA and show choir. Charity is undecided about college, but plans on studying either technology or psychology. Up next, we have Tamara Wagner. Tamara is being escorted by her mom, Denise Wagner. Tamara is a member of the Color Guard and is Color Guard captain this year. She is a show choir member, participated in track and field, and won the Black History Month essay contest in her 11th grade year. After high school, Tamara plans to go to college and major in neuroscience or microbiology. Up next is Ethan Wiley. Ethan is being escorted by his parents, Joseph Wiley and Bobby Walden. Ethan is a 4-year member of the marching band, concert band, and jazz band. He also participated in All-County Band, Marshall Honor Band, and All-Area Band. After graduation, Ethan plans to go to vocational school for welding. And our final senior is Donovan Webb. Donovan is being escorted by his mother, Tasha Webb, and his aunt, Sarah Webb. He was involved in JRTC at Huntington High School. His plans after high school are to go study in the medical field.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
If you're enjoying Huntington High School football, please consider making a donation to Huntington High School Sports Boosters. High school football ticket admissions cover the cost of many other high school sports programs. Due to the attendance restrictions from COVID-19, your support is more important than ever before. Please donate at paypal.com/HHSBoosters or click on the link in the Facebook post. Thanks, and go Highlanders!
when Americans needed a car that worked harder than a car, we built them a truck. And they used our trucks to build interstates and industries and communities, livelihoods and neighborhoods. Americans needed vehicles worthy of who they are and what they can do. So, we built them a truck.
This is Huntington High School head football coach Billy Seals, and my players are awesome. Through the example of athletics with character, integrity, perseverance, our young men are good role models for the community of Huntington, and we're looking forward to all that they do on and off the field for our program. Cowboy County Schools, #BeAwesome.
This is gonna be America's favorite breakfast. They just don't know it yet.
These are a few of my favorite
Wendy's is changing the game from this to a breakfast that eats other breakfasts for breakfast. Who says you can't have a Baconator for breakfast? Don't just grab a coffee, grab a Frosty Chino instead. And forget that frozen folded egg stuff. All of these have fresh cracked eggs. One bite and it'll be your new favorite, guaranteed. Try your new favorite today. We'll even deliver it. Order by 10 a.m.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
Our bank just sold our mortgage to a company I've never even heard of before.
I didn't understand that was something that could happen. This is an out-of-state company. Well, this isn't a decision we would have made.
Looks like our bank made it for us.
At Huntington Federal, we never sell the mortgages of those who've entrusted us with something as important as the financing of their home.
Now what do we do?
I'm going to get online and apply for a new Huntington Federal mortgage today.
Huntington Federal. Local then, local now.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles an hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field, blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Looking for fair prices, professional service, and the most customer-friendly shop in the tri-state? Then Freedom Gun & Pawn in Lavalette is your kind of place. Freedom Gun & Pawn has the best selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage firearms, plus a large stock of ammo and accessories. Freedom Gun & Pawn is everything you want in a gun and pawn shop. Freedom Gun & Pawn, proud to support our local high schools and communities. Across from Food Fair in Lavalette, online at freedomgunandpawn.com. An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Fans, give a round of applause for your 2020 Huntington High School Marching Highlanders.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
If you're enjoying tonight's free broadcast of Huntington High School football, please consider making a donation to Huntington High School Sports Boosters. High school football ticket admissions cover the cost of many other high school sports programs. Due to the attendance restrictions from COVID-19, your support is more important than ever before. Please donate at paypal.com/HHSBoosters or click on the link in the Facebook post. Thanks, and go Highlanders!
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
At University at halftime, 24-21. Spring Mills is leading Ripley 43-14 in the fourth quarter. John Marshall is up at Brook 28-21 at halftime. Greenbrier East and a shootout with Woodrow Wilson. The Greenbrier East Spartans up over the Beckley Flying Eagles 34-26 at halftime. It's Berkeley Springs, AA, and Hampshire tied 20-20 at the half. Also, Morgantown leading at Parkersburg South 41-14, and Washington is leading Preston 28-8. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break. We'll be back for second half action here on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
When Americans needed a car that worked harder than a car, we built them a truck, and they used our trucks to build interstates and industries and communities, livelihoods and neighborhoods. Americans needed vehicles worthy of who they are and what they can do. So, we built them a truck.
This is Huntington High School head football coach Billy Seals, and my players are awesome. Through the example of athletics with character, integrity, perseverance, our young men are good role models for the community of Huntington, and we're looking forward to all that they do on and off the field for our program. Cowboy County Schools, #be awesome.
Welcome back to Bob Sain Stadium. Huntington leading Winfield here 10-3. Second half just about ready to get started. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum, happy to have you with us for Highlander football here on WRVC Huntington, ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930. Winfield will get the ball here to start the second half. Woody, and what's been a pretty good defensive matchup here, Huntington forcing their two pretty big turnovers to set up scores, or one of them sets up a score, the other preventing Winfield from striking there early in the ball game. So what's it going to take here for Winfield to get its offense going here to start the second half?
Well, like I said, you know, if they keep throwing the ball around, I just think Huntington's secondary is pretty good. They're using nickel when they're expecting them to throw, and I'm not sure I wouldn't continue to pound. I mean, you know, Covert doesn't have a big night by any means, but he usually likes to see the ball 20, 25 times, and he's been over 20 carries in most of the games he's played in as a 4-year starter. He's only got 8 carries for 36 yards, so I'm going to give it to the big gun and see what he can do.
Johnny I will kick it away for the Highlanders. Cottrell back deep, and Perry back deep as well for Winfield here in II's kick. is a boomer inside the 10, bounces at the 5, and Perry will let it roll into the end zone. Very nice kick by the freshman.
Yeah, it needed about 2 more hops, and it would have got interesting down there as Perry was hoping it was just going to go into the end zone. It slowly made its way there.
So Winfield will have it at its own 20-yard line here to begin the second half of play, trailing by 7 here. Huntington with over 200 yards of offense in the first half. Winfield with just over 80, but only down by 7. Bryson Brown in the offense takes the field here with a 4-receiver set. Covert is the back here on 1st and 10. Brown will look to throw. Quick pass. Intercepted. It is Jonathan Jackson with it for the Huntington Highlanders here to begin the second half of play, and a great start for Huntington.
Looking to throw to Boggs on the outside, and the pass was nowhere near him. Jackson, he would have had to fallen down to not catch it. What a great pick for Jackson, and wow, that's his first interception in his Highlander career.
And you talked about it when you wanted to see more rushing attack from Winfield. They come out, throw the football, and another overthrow, and Jonathan Jackson right there. One of his easier interceptions he's probably had in his football days here. And Huntington takes over now on the Winfield 15. Laco will have a flag come in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call was. 5 yards on Huntington, I guess.
Too many men on the field for the Highlanders.
Legal sub. We saw Winfield have that called on them in the first half, so it's 1st and 15 now back at the 21.
Give it to Felder here on 1st and 15. He'll fight forward to the 20.
Couple of yards there for Felder, now 7 carries for 65 yards.
Second half just getting started. After the Jonathan Jackson interception, Huntington has it in the red zone here at the 19. Felder, big hole. He'll run right inside the 10. Throws a stiff arm and just gets out of bounds short of the end zone. Very nice run by the sophomore.
Carter Perry saves the touchdown by hitting him just enough. Felder's motion carried him. He was trying to get the flag, but got out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
So 1st and goal from the 3 for the Highlanders here. Laco and the offense going to pound it in and extend its lead here at home, leading 10-3 early second half. Laco in the shotgun, takes the low snap. He'll keep running left. He's gotten a wide open lane to the end zone. Touchdown, Huntington. Gavin Laco runs it in from 3 yards out, and the Highlanders extend the lead now 16-3. And they'll attempt the extra point here. I mean, that one, Laco could have walked in.
Yeah, he had a lot of room and no one in front of him in a white and green uniform.
Nathan Young on to attempt the extra point here for the Highlanders. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And Huntington takes a 17-3 lead with 11:39 remaining here in the first half of play. Woody, great job for Huntington, or great situation there for Huntington. You get the interception, you're able to, despite the penalty, still drive down and finish the drive.
Yeah, I mean, and just no time at all to get in the end zone. They took 13 seconds to drive three plays, 16 yards for the score.
So II will kick it away here once again after a great kickoff that bounced about the 2-yard line and rolled into the end zone to start here the second half.
2 touchdowns for Laco in the game on the ground, and Huntington just got things going right now.
Cottrell and Perry back deep. Once again here for Winfield, looking to get back into it now, down 2 scores. Costly interception on your inside of the field to begin the second half, and now Cottrell will field it across the 15. Tries to fight forward, still on his feet across the 30, and finally brought down
Good return there, about 25 yards. Brought down by number 30 on the Huntington team. That is Dan Irvin, a freshman. Or probably James Safford, I'm sorry. James Safford, the senior, making that tackle. We've got two number 30s, but I'm pretty sure that 30 is the senior.
So I'll bring it to the Winfield 32, and now they line up under center with two receivers here to the near side. Covert will take the direct snap. Waynick was in there in the backfield initially, but Covert stays on his feet, turning the legs. Gavin Atkins brings him down along with Maxwell Wentz.
Yeah, Wentz maybe saved a touchdown there, got him by the legs, but this is what I talked about I would do if I was Winfield, and they're doing it now. On first down, at least.
Get it to the 44 for the Generals now, 1st and 10. Same formation. Covert takes the snap, hands it to Crouch. Crouch gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Hit there by Skylar Arthur coming up from the secondary.
A lot of movement in the backfield on that play. Covert taking the direct snap and then handing to Crouch on the end around. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 45.
I mean, that's what they want to do is misdirection.
Huntington showing blitz here. Brown takes the snap. He'll give it directly to Covert, and again, he finds no room on that run. Might have got back to the line.
Waynick and Archer making the stop there on the outside. Might have got a half yard on that play. No gain.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 from the 45. 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Huntington now leading 17-3.
That's something Huntington had 10 plays against Woodrow Wilson that were negative yardage plays. Haven't had a lot of that or even 0 yardage against Covert tonight.
Bryson Brown in the shotgun. Covert behind him in the wing T offense. Play action pass. Brown looks underneath, complete on the near sideline, brought down by Devin Jackson.
Great open field tackle on the running back. Really nice play by Jackson.
Woodyard Jones on the reception, so it'll be 4th down. And Winfield will punt here from its own 49. Devin Jackson goes back deep for the Highlanders. Perry will punt it away. Jackson standing at his own 22-yard line.
This is just his second punt.
Rugby-style punt here. Jackson will let it go out of bounds. Pretty good punt.
Huntington's going to get pretty good field position here, though. He put it out of bounds. Had he been able to keep that ball in, he would have backed him up inside the 20. But right now the official's out to the 26-yard line. So not a very long punt at all, just 25 yards.
You do avoid the return from Jackson, which
True.
was probably the main focus there.
True.
But, yeah, you would have liked for that to maybe stay in bounds and then take a bounce.
Yeah, I mean, but I get it. Coaches are just saying, yeah, short kick, but he didn't take it back to the house.
So Huntington has it here. They'll come back with the 2 backs in the backfield here in the shotgun. Jackson will fake it to him. Waco runs forward. Doesn't find much room.
No, he wrapped up by Caden Beam. He's a lineman who also plays the stud linebacker. Makes a nice play there. Also some help from Ethan Young.
Did get 3 on the play to the 29.
That's 8 carries for 69 yards, plus the 2 touchdowns for the quarterback tonight. A good night for Gavin Locko.
Locko comes to the sideline comes in from the sideline with the play here on 2nd and 7. 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Huntington leading 17-3 here at Bob Sain Stadium. Same formation for the Highlanders. 2 backs in the backfield. Locko takes the snap. This time he goes to Jackson. Tries to get it to the outside, then cuts it back up field.
Good job.
The 30.
Good job by the Winfield defense of turning that play in. And out there, number 19, Carter Perry, cornerback, forced Jackson inside. And he picked up a couple of yards, but it could have been a bigger play.
Gets it to the 31-yard line. So 2-yard pickup. Bring it to 3rd and 5. 7:45 to go in the third. Laco will break the huddle. 2 backs in the backfield. 3 receivers set. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far. Laco takes the snap. Drops back, clean pocket over the middle, complete to Noah Waynick, who leaps up and makes the catch. First down and more for Waynick. Just shy of the midfield before being brought down by Crouch on the play at the 49.
He broke away from a pair of tacklers on that play, though. Bray Boggs, Ian Cottrell had him at the 40. He turned it into a 9-yard gain on top of that. A really nice play there of 18 yards.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Huntington at its own 49 after the Waynick catch and run. Again, same formation with the 2 backs in the backfield. Kind of a new look for Huntington this week. Laco in the gun here. Low snap. He'll give it to Felder. Felder big hold to the outside. Across midfield. 45, 40. Still on his feet. 30, 20, 10, 5. End zone touchdown Huntington. What a run by Amari Felder. Just accelerates down the sideline. Looks like he might have just had a first down or so, but then his speed was too much for Winfield, and Huntington takes it to the house and extends its lead now 23-3.
You know, I didn't see any way he could stay in bounds. He got bumped a couple of times right along the sideline, kept upright, kept it going. We saw him almost get in on the previous drive that way, but this time from 51 yards out, he gets it all.
Extra point by Nathan Young is good, and Huntington takes a 24-3 lead here at home. 6:48 to go in the third quarter. We'll subside for a quick break. You're listening to Highlander Football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
I'm telling you, he's
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Welcome back to Bob Sane Stadium. Huntington 24, Winfield 3. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum here on the call.
Tackle on the run back on the kickoff. Cottrell got out to about the 24-yard line, and then he's taken down by number 23, and that is Khalif Ty Jr., who's just a freshman. Says he weighs 170. That must have been dripping wet because he's not very big.
So Winfield comes back now, down 3 scores. Bryson Brown takes the snap, runs to the left, fights forward to about the 27 before being brought down.
I think Jones got the ball that time in the cross buck again. Hard to see who gets the ball in those plays.
So 2nd down for the Generals. And I believe Huntington might have moved at the line there. It's close.
Marking it off against the Highlanders.
So
they're going to sub
2nd and short.
Very short.
2nd and 1 here for Winfield.
5 penalties for -40 on Huntington.
Covert takes the direct snap, has the first down on the 2nd effort.
Gavin Adkins and Tyrese Smith make the stop. Didn't need much. Covert's going to get you 1 or 2 yards just about every time he carries the ball.
So 1st and 10 for Winfield now at their own 45, or 35, excuse me. Covert again up the middle, lowering the shoulder, fighting forward across the 40.
Tyree Smith wrestling him down again. Smith's going to be tired after this game if he has to tackle Covert a lot. Picked up about 5 on the play.
Gain of 4, second down and 6 for Winfield at the 40-yard line.
This time Woodyard Jones will take the snap. He'll try to find some room. Eli Archer brings him down. First down, Winfield. Rushing attack at times for Winfield has been successful. They have a lot of movement in the backfield, but really just have gone away from it. Here's Woodyard Jones again quickly on the direct snap. He finds another 5-6 yards on that run into Huntington territory.
They got tempo going here right now, Nick. They got Huntington back on their heels a little bit.
And again, they'll go quickly here. Woodyard Jones takes the direct snap, runs right, and there Waynick has him. I believe he has the first down, though.
Once again on the carry, brought down by Noah Waynick.
They're marking just short of the first. So it'll be 3rd and 1 here. Well, maybe on the second effort he had the first down. But
yeah, they take another look at it and they're going to give him a first, yeah.
But that kind of slows down the pace.
Yeah, it does. It gives Huntington a chance to catch their breath here a little bit.
So now Covert, the guy under center. Woodyard Jones in the backfield, along with Bryson Tate. The 2 up backs for Covert, who will take the snap here on 1st and 10. Covert runs left. Tyree Smith in there and Gavin Adkins coming in to clean it up.
Yep, even Waynick was down on the bottom of the pile. Covert's he's a load. They hold him that time to just a yard, though.
So Winfield will keep this formation out there on the field here on 2nd down and 9. Covert with Crouch, the receiver, to the near side.
And he might pass. He's thrown a couple of times this year. His first pass today, his only pass was picked off, though.
3:30 on the clock here. Covert gets it again, runs up the middle, finds a hole. Covert's running over one man, still on his feet inside the 30. First down and more inside the 25 before Waynick drags him down.
He was giving Jonathan Jackson a ride there, trying to bring that big man down. Ball's moved all the way down to the 22-yard line, gain of 20.
Covert again takes it, running up the middle, pounding his way forward.
Archer and Smith in on the stop.
When he breaks free, though, it's going to be very tough to stop him. And so far, for the most part, Huntington has contained the big back, but he's had a couple of really nice runs when he's found a hole.
They moved the ball down to the 20-yard line, 2nd and 8 from there.
Killing a lot of clock, though, on this drive. Now under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Quarterback back in.
Yeah, Brown comes back in. They'll still snap it, though, to Covert. Brown will be the lead blocker inside the 20-15-10, and Covert very patiently brought down by Tyree Smith once again here. Another first down, though, for the Generals, moving now into the red zone against Huntington.
Yeah, first and goal at the 9 after an 11-yard gain. 15 carries, 84 yards for Covert in the game. 4th first down in this drive.
So first and goal from the 9. Brown still in at quarterback now. Covert moves to the up back. Woodyard Jones to Brown's right. Woodyard Jones will take the direct snap. He'll run big hole to the outside inside the 10, and then all of a sudden he's pushed back.
Not enough speed there to get outside on Jonathan Jackson. No, Waynick, as they closed quickly on Woodward Jones.
Jackson on a stop.
Yeah, very nice play there. It looked like he might have had, the outside, but all of a sudden Jackson, as you mentioned, with a little bit more speed there to hold the edge.
Jackson came up limping a little bit on that play. No gain on that play.
does remain on the field on the far side. Brown in the pistol. Woodyard-Jones behind him. Covert the up back. They'll throw here. Brown rolls out to the right, looks to the near side. Pass falls incomplete. Intended for Crouch.
Yeah, he was open, but I don't know that he might have gained the 5. Jackson was pretty close in coverage. Devin Jackson.
Correction, Boggs, the intended receiver. He dives for it but can't make the catch. So a minute 25 to go here in the third. Huntington leading 24-3, but Winfield driving. Looking to make it a 2-score game.
Field goal really doesn't do you any good here, but you hate to come away without any points.
3rd and goal from the 9 for Winfield. Brown in the gun. 2 receivers to each side, so 4 receivers set. Covert the back to his left.
15 on the game clock, or on the play clock.
Brown sends a man in motion. He'll take the snap, straight drop back. Looks to the end zone. Intercepted by the Highlanders again here in the red zone. Huntington with its 3rd takeaway.
And the 2nd of the game.
Yes, Scout Arthur there again.
Wow, nice play. Scout Arthur, big night. Brother Stone's a senior tonight, but got to say, Scout's putting on the show. 4th interception of the night by the Huntington defense.
2 of them coming inside the 10, so really some big plays here in this ball game, because if you don't get those interceptions, who knows what our score is, but it's 24-3 here with a minute 19 to go in the third, and Huntington will have it at its own 2.
Huntington just needs to get some room to maneuver here, maybe something straight ahead with the quarterback, or James Safford in at running back. He's a little bigger than the other backs.
Flacco takes the high snap, gives it to Safford. He lowers the shoulder up the middle, fights forward for about 3. So get him out of that situation, maybe 4 on the play, out to the 6.
Yeah, good job on the first down.
Jake Safford on the carry.
This will be 2nd and 4 for the Highlanders.
Got it clear out to the 8-yard line. Wow. Mercy. Okay, they're going to call it 5 now, so at the 7.
Flacco in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 in the near. This time Safford is swallowed in the backfield.
Covert with the big tackle. Bulldogged him to the ground there on that play.
Big number 44 doing it on both sides.
Yes, he is. He's a heck of a player. He really is. I can see why James Madison, VMI, Marshall have all talked to him about coming, although I think most people are looking at him as a linebacker.
So final few seconds here. Huntington can take it to the 4th if they want to. Looks like they're going to here with a 24-3 lead as the final few seconds roll off the clock here in the third. And that will do it for the third quarter. So Huntington leading here 24-3 at the end of the third. 4th quarter coming up. When we come back, you're listening to Huntington football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
24, Winfield, 3.
We're writing the next chapter of West Virginia's comeback story as we speak. But one elected official, or even all of our elected officials, can't do that on our own. Ultimately, West Virginia's comeback story will be written by you. I ask for your confidence and I ask for your vote so that we can put that pen back in your hands, and your hopes, your dreams, and your aspirations will write the next chapter of West Virginia's comeback story. I'm Daniel Linville, and I approve this message.
This is gonna be America's favorite breakfast. They just don't know it yet.
These are a few of my favorite
Wendy's is changing the game from this to a breakfast that eats other breakfasts for breakfast. Who says you can't have a Baconator for breakfast? Don't just grab a coffee. Grab a Frosty Chino instead. And forget that frozen folded egg stuff. All of these have fresh cracked eggs. One bite and it'll be your new favorite. Guaranteed. Try your new favorite today. We'll even deliver it. Order by 10 a.m.
He's like,
okay. That basketball too. Welcome back to Bob Sain Stadium. Huntington leading 24-3 here. Start of the 4th quarter.
Billy Seals mad enough about something. I know the offense is on the field and he coaches defense, but as a head coach, he's talking to the referee and he is very upset about something that happened down there at the 7-yard line. You know, it's third down, about 5 to go. We got to flip ends. The sticks have not even moved yet. And the Winfield coach now is in the ear of somebody else wanting to know. So I'm really not sure. I don't know that anything in particular has happened, Nick.
Yeah, I don't really know, but
yeah, I mean, both coaching staffs are mad enough about it to track down the officials to really get in their ear during a big timeout. So, and as we change quarters.
The weird thing is, as you mentioned, the sticks have not moved since where they were.
And they're still there.
Yeah, so that will take at least a few seconds here to get those guys down the field.
Are they talking about whether the clock didn't run out? I mean, it was about a half second faster than the play clock, so
right.
I didn't think that was a problem. They're taking the ball back to the other end.
Looks like we're still going to have the end of the third quarter, I guess.
I don't have any idea. It looks like we're going to have an untimed down here. I'm trying to hear what they're talking about down the press box there, but it looks like an untimed down for I don't know why. They haven't indicated with any sort of penalty of what's happening here. So I honestly, Nick, I mean, we've been paying pretty close attention to this game, but I have no idea what's going on at right this moment. So
it looks like a delay of game is what they're calling, based on the fact that they haven't gone to the end of the third yet.
I think you're right. And so the delay takes it back to about the 3, which means it's about a 4-yard, half the distance. So now it's going to be third down and 8 from the 4. And this is an untimed down. Okay, 0.2 of a second was left on the clock, they said, as Huntington let it wind down. Now I understand why Billy Seals was upset, and then I'm sure that Winfield was upset that they were going to take it to the other end, let Huntington have the timeout. So now we've got third and about 8 to go here from the end zone.
Flacco will throw over the middle, complete to Eli Archer. He might have got the first down. He was right at the sticks.
Great pass, great catch. I guess we can stay here now since we've already taken our third quarter timeout. But so 0.2 of a second left. They force Huntington to throw, and Eli Archer, who we've been saying we'd like to see more passes directed his way, comes up with another nice catch and a first down for Huntington out to about the 15.
Yeah, had one of the better catches I've seen this year.
That was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One-handed, sticks it up in stride, and brings the ball down. I mean, that was about as good as you could catch it at Beckley last week. 25-yard gain on that, and I think he's got potential to play at the next level for sure. I don't know if we had a more experienced quarterback, I think you would see Archer catch a lot more balls. I really do. They're going to give him the 15-yard line, so that was a gain of 11 on that play.
Yeah, I mean, he really stood out, though, defensively last week, too.
Yes.
A couple of nice deflections. I believe he had a sack. And at 6'4", 230, you know, he has the size to definitely play at the next level. I don't know if it's necessarily Division I, but definitely at some school. Really talented guy that we haven't seen a whole lot of offensively, but you see, obviously, defensively what he can do, and good blocker, too. So he's a good player for this Huntington team, one of the better seniors on this team. So 1st and 10 now as the fourth quarter now has began. Montez Tubb will get the carry, and he'll get stopped in the backfield.
Covert with another tackle. Tubbs didn't hit that hard. It was kind of like we haven't seen that play much out of Huntington this year, and he loses a yard.
So 2nd and 11 here. Huntington leading here, fourth quarter, 24-3 over Winfield.
I like running the wing back in there now and then. When Felder was there, they were doing more of that. Tubbs will just have to figure out where to cut that play up.
Safford the back here on 2nd and 11. Safford finds the hole there, and looked like the play was designed to go to the right, but he cut it back towards the middle. And
boy, great blocking at that time. 54, leading the way was Josh Pauley. The lead blocker sometimes is the tight end, and Eli Archer led that. Eric Enott, he played for the Herd about 100 years ago. But, Eli Archer led it up, and Safford's able to take the ball all the way to the 21-yard line. Gain of 7 on that play.
So we have 3rd down and 4 here for the Highlanders on their own 21. Gavin Locko in the shotgun, 3 receivers set, 2 to the near, 1 to the far. Safford remains the back here. Locko will keep. He's got a big hole to the outside. He's got a 1st down and more. Locko across the 40. He's at midfield. 45, cuts back inside, stays on his feet, and fights forward. You got to love to see that from your quarterback. You're refusing to go down on that run, and finally gets knocked out of bounds at about the 40.
Carson Crouch finally made the tackle, but boy, he got some great blocking, though. 54 that time was out front, Josh Pauley. Tubbs hooked a guy, and then Harrell locked his guy up completely. He could have stopped that play back on the other side of the 50, and Harrell wouldn't let him go. He blocked him and got the ball all the way down to the 41-yard line. What a play.
Huntington's had some big runs to the outside really all night. Locko adding on to that on that carry.
38 yards on that play.
Trips to the far side, 1 receiver to the near side. Locko takes the snap. He'll throw here on 1st and 10. He wants a deep ball for Harrell. Harrell comes back, but he can't quite make the catch.
That's interference. You cannot play the receiver. You have to play the ball if you're going to put your hands up in the air. And he didn't know where the ball was that time, and 7 Bray Boggs gets caught with a pretty easy call.
So Boggs will get the pass interference. That will give Huntington the 1st down here. Ball will be at the Winfield 26. So 1st and 10 for the Highlanders, just outside the red zone here. Leading 24-3, 10-18 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Locko in the shotgun with trips to the far side. 1 receiver in the air. Felder the back. He moves in motion from left to right. Locko takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket, under pressure, dumps it down to Felder in stride. Felder to the 5, stays on his feet, runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Huntington. What a play. What a night for Amari Felder. Give him an interception and 2 scores.
Wow, that was a sensational catch and run with the ball. I mean, Locko looked like he was going to be able to get the ball and was going to go down. He finds Felder, who makes a nice move down at the 5-yard line, completely takes Boggs off his feet and runs it in for a score.
It's 33 Huntington here on senior night. Nathan Young's extra point is straight through, and Huntington extends its lead now, 31-3. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Highlander football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family-owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
Looking for fair prices, professional service, and the most customer-friendly shop in the tri-state? Then Freedom Gun & Pawn in Lavalette is your kind of place. Freedom Gun & Pawn has the best selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage firearms, plus a large stock of ammo and accessories. Freedom Gun & Pawn is everything you want in a gun and pawn shop. Freedom Gun & Pawn, proud to support our local high schools and communities. Across from Food Fair in Lavalette, online at freedomgunandpawn.com.
Off his hands at the 1.
Crouch picks it up at the 1 yard line here on the kickoff return, gets across the 10. And Winfield will be backed up here to start this drive. Huntington leading here 31-3 on senior night. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum, happy to have you with us here at Bob Sain Stadium.
That was a good kickoff by II. It was a hard one to handle. It kind of bobbled. He dropped it at the 5. It rolled back to the 1. Then he had to pick it up and run with it, and only gets out to the 13.
Exactly 10 minutes to go here in this contest. Huntington all over Winfield at home, pulling away in the second half. Covert gets the carry. He'll run right. Covert throws a stiff arm, gets across the 15.
Waynick making the tackle over there, along with number 6, Curtis Jones, the freshman, getting in there. Terrell Curtis Jones. Archer was trying to convince him that's the way he should be called all the time. He goes, think about that. That would sound so good. I told him I'd use it at least once up here. So Terrell Curtis Jones with the tackle.
I like that. So second down here for Winfield. Brown will run a little reverse play, and there's Terrell Curtis Jones on the tackle once again.
He read that play very well as 19 Carter Perry saw a good hole there, but Jones closed it quickly.
So it'll be 30-3 for Winfield. Covert in the shotgun here. He'll take the snap, run it up the middle. Doesn't get there as Smith is in there to make the tackle.
Tyree Smith in there, Max Wentz, and Jones again.
Be fourth and about 1. Winfield going to go for it here, down 28. Covert will try to fight forward. Huntington showing blitz. Covert takes the snap. He has the first down and more across the 30. Covert still on his feet. 40, across 45, and finally brought down in the secondary.
The Jackson 2.
Yeah, Jonathan and Devin Jackson in there in on the tackle.
1 and 5, making the play.
Saving a touchdown there as Covert accelerated forward after finding the hole. First and 10 here again. Covert will go quickly. Another big initial run, but then is stopped across midfield.
Yeah, 27 yards on that gain put him over 100 for the game. I've got him at 111 on 16 carries.
Bryson Brown comes back in at quarterback here on second down and 6. 7:50 to go in the contest.
Second down and about 6 of 49 for Winfield.
Brown in the shotgun, Covert to his right, one receiver set. They'll keep it with Brown, and he gets taken down.
That's a nice looking play, though. I really like that. Spring Valley used to run it where the quarterback would turn like he's handed, and then he just turns and runs with the ball. And a good stop on the play by Huntington's number 7. Maury Felder came up the middle to make the stop.
It's third down at 3.
So 3rd and 3 here for Winfield. Covert will be the quarterback as Brown goes to the sideline. One receiver to the far side, one to the near. Covert with 2 lead blockers for him here on 3rd and 3. He takes the snap. He did not get there. Maxwell Wentz was in the backfield to lead the way for Huntington.
Gavin Atkins was in there. Also, big number 50, James Scott, all in there. The line really got a piece of Covert that time. He picked up a yard. It's 4th and 2.
So on 4th and 2, of course, Winfield will go for it here. Brown will come back in Woodyard Jones in the backfield along with Crouch. Boggs goes to the far side here on 4th down and 2.
Yeah, it's 2. It's almost a long 3.
From the 45, and we'll have a timeout here for Winfield.
Play clock was down to 5, so we can take a break.
We'll take a quick break here listening to Highlander football. Huntington leading here 31-3 on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
If you're enjoying tonight's free broadcast of Huntington High School football, please consider making a donation to Huntington High School Sports Boosters. High school football ticket admissions cover the cost of many other high school sports programs. Due to the attendance restrictions from COVID-19, your support is more important than ever before. Please donate at paypal.com/HHSBoosters or click on the link in the Facebook post. Thanks, and go Highlanders!
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Huntington leading here 31-3 on its senior night. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum, happy to have you with us. We have a 4th and 3 for Winfield here.
It's senior night because Nate Young, the kicker, is down practicing his punting. Now, he hasn't punted all season, but it's senior night. He might want to get that in tonight. So kickers, they're kind of in their own world. Him and Johnny I having a time down there, as everybody else is concentrating on 4th and 3.
So Winfield lines up here. Covert and Brown in the backfield. Woodyard Jones, the lead back here on 4th down and 3. Covert will take the snap, run right, find a hole, and get the first down.
Really close. Smith stood him up along with Wentz, and they think they got the stop. It'll depend on the spot.
Well, the Huntington offense is running on the field.
Yep. Huntington's pretty sure that they've made the stop. They're probably going to call the chains in and take a peek at it. But I think he had to get to the 42, and, Nick, it looks like he's just short. Smith, again, leading the charge there along with the front line. Just got great penetration there. And sure enough, they did stop him.
So
just
Huntington
short.
does take over here. 1st and 10 from its own 42. Laco in the shotgun formation. He'll take a snap, drop straight back. Laco now under pressure, rolls out to the left, finds Devin Jackson. I'm sorry, that's
to Waynick.
Yeah, Waynick on the far side.
Nice catch over there.
Again, Laco hasn't been under too much pressure here tonight, but he's made some good plays when rolling out to the outside.
Huntington picks up another first down all the way down to the Winfield 41. 16 yards on that completion.
So 1st and 10 from the 41. Laco in the gun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Give is to Safford. Safford sheds off one tackler, sheds off another, and fights forward for about 2 after looked like he was going to lose yardage.
Winfield looking a little tired out there at that time. Covert missed on the tackle, and then 58 Brandon Canterbury missed on the tackle, and that's just getting tired. I mean, those guys have been going both ways the whole game. Safford relatively fresh, playing some special teams, and he's had 3 or 4 good carries. I mean, he's got 4 carries for 35 yards tonight. That's his best game of his career.
So give him 3 on the run to the 38-yard line of Winfield. Laco in the shotgun. Trips to the near side. 1 receiver to the far. Safford remains the back here on 2nd down. Play action pass. Archer had it wide open, but that time he couldn't make the catch.
Wow. After you saw the one-handed catch last week, just wouldn't think there was anything he couldn't catch.
If he catches that, he can probably score a touchdown there.
Yep.
But didn't quite look it all the way in, so it'll be 3rd down.
3rd and 7 here as they send in some fresh troops. 35 going into the game is Alex Grimes, the senior, getting some playing time now. That's great to see.
On 3rd down, Locke will look to throw deep for Harrell. He's got him, but he can't make the catch over the shoulder. Pass falls incomplete.
Oh, man. I mean, that's a touchdown easy. Harrell just couldn't decide which shoulder to look over, and he's banging himself on the helmet. Just can't believe that he didn't do it.
So Huntington will punt here on 4th down, leading 31-3 here with 4:47 left.
And despite the warm-ups by our kicker, Nathan Young not getting to punt, they're going to go with Skylar Arthur. He's had a pretty good night with a couple of interceptions.
Arthur will punt here on 4th down. Standing back deep is Perry at the Winfield 10. It's a high punt. It will bounce at the 14. Take a Winfield bounce to about the 20.
Somebody from Winfield came in and covered it. That's a dangerous play, but 66 got away with it. Xander Huffman made the cover there for Winfield to take over 1st and 10 at the 20. Well, Huntington didn't exactly milk the clock with throwing the ball there, but, it's senior night. They're having some fun. They're winning the game, so.
Winfield will take over now from its own 20-yard line. Brown in the shotgun. Covert the back here on 1st down and 10. 4:36 to go. 31-3 Huntington leading here on senior night. Brown play action pass, dumped down in the flat to Woodyard Jones. He avoids one man, fights forward for a 1st down.
Stone Arthur helps bring him down after gaining a 1st down. That's the first completion in the last 5 passes for Jones.
So moves it to the 31-yard line.
Ball on the 31-yard line, 1st down, Winfield.
Winfield's put together 1st downs. They just haven't been able to get the ball into the end zone this evening.
And 2 drives stopped inside the Huntington 10 on interceptions.
Yep.
Brown will run it here with Covert running right. Covert finds a big hole across midfield into Huntington territory. What a run by Covert down to the Huntington 40.
It's hard to believe.
43.
Hard to believe he's still got that much energy. As many hits as he's taken here.
Mark it at the 44. And he's playing both ways as well, so an impressive night for Covert. He'll run again here to the outside. This time he's stopped Amari Felder in on the tackle.
Yeah. Now he's better straight ahead than lateral, and he's not going to get around the Huntington defense. Felder chops him down for a loss on the play.
This will be 2nd and 11 from the 45 of Huntington. Winfield's had some success with this quick offense too.
Yes, they have. And I'm sure some people are going to look at that on film and think maybe that's something we can do, a little tempo against Huntington.
It's 2nd and 11 here. Brown takes the snap, play action roll out to the right, looking downfield. Tyrese Smith wraps him up and brings him down for the sack. Way back at the Huntington 40, or at the Winfield 45, 10-yard loss on the play.
Wow, nice play there, Tyrese Smith. It's one of the few things he hadn't come up with this year. He's had 50 tackles coming in, tackle for loss, forced a fumble recovery. He's hurried the quarterback. That's his first sack of the season. He's got to feel great about that. And Winfield needs a timeout.
So take a quick break. You're listening to Highlander Football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
That's it for today's show.
Have a great day today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bob and Sherry listeners, follow them everywhere.
They
marriage is about compromise. Good night.
Good night. Bob and Sherry, weekday mornings on 97.9 The River.
This is Huntington High School head football coach Billy Seals, and my players are awesome. Through the example of athletics with character, integrity, perseverance, our young men are good role models for the community of Huntington, and we're looking forward to all that they do on and off the field for our program. Cowboy County Schools, #be awesome.
Winding down, 2:58 to go. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum happy to have you with us. Huntington jumping offside, so that will make the third down a little bit shorter here for Winfield. After
Jelante Green, a freshman, little eager in there. They've got some clean jerseys into the game.
Brown in the shotgun. He'll give it to Covert, running right. Covert cuts it up to about the 46.
Terrell Curtis Jones with another tackle.
Fourth down here.
Picks up about 4 on that play, so 4th and 11. We've got him 21 carries, 156 yards for Covert. That's unofficially. With their tempo, I've been riding like a madman trying to stay up, but the tempo's been good for them against Huntington, although Huntington has made the stops when they needed to, like on a 4th down here.
4th and 11 here. Covert the back to Brown's left. Covert will get the carry here. Running right, he'll look to throw, and it's caught. First down, Winfield leaping up to make the catch is Boggs. First down.
Nice pass. And he had good pressure. Number 75, fresh into the game, Alex Parson, another one of those freshmen, was right in his face as he threw, but the gain is 14 yards down to the 31.
So 1st and 10 here from the 31. Final 2 minutes to go in this contest. Huntington in control, 31-3, but Winfield looking to get some points on the board. Here's a little toss play to Perry. Perry gets a first down and more inside the 15 before he's brought down. So 1st and 10 from the 15. Generals moving the football here before the end of the contest. Covert will take it again. He'll hand it off. Or actually, he keeps it this time.
Dragging along Curtis Jones for a couple extra yards. Picked up about 7, it looks like. Jones has made a bunch of tackles since he's gone into this game.
Yeah, young player. We've seen him a lot on offense, or more on offense than on defense this season. But in this game, he's getting some time out there, and he's looked pretty good against the first-team offense for Winfield. Brown will keep here. He'll roll out to the right. Pass is complete underneath, and scoring a touchdown is Winfield. Here it'll be Woodyard Jones walking into the end zone.
A flag came from way far away, thrown up to about the 7 or 8 yard line from the referee in the back.
It might be a block in the back here.
Could be, and it is. And that's silly. There was nobody within 10 yards of Ray Boggs on that catch. And silly penalty marks the ball back. Wow.
So 53 seconds to go. Huntington leading 31-3. That would have made it 31-9. Winfield looking to get some momentum here towards the end of the game in a hard-fought football game despite the score. Turnovers really the key.
They're now 2nd and 13 at the 14-yard line.
Brown will not take the snap. Woodyard Jones takes the snap. He fights forward, and he's tackled well shy of the first down, so it'll be third down or second down here.
He picked up a couple on that play. It's going to be third. I don't know what down it is. It says second over there and first on the scoreboard.
We'll give his to the running back, and he fights forward for a first down.
think that was 19 that time, Carter Perry, that got the handoff from his backs position, and he picks up a first down. So it's 1st and goal now for Winfield.
But only 8 seconds to go, and looks like Winfield called timeout here. 31-3 our score.
Probably trying to get it in the end zone. I mean, hey, it makes it for a shorter bus ride back up to Putnam County. You want to feel good about coming in here and standing toe-to-toe with this AAA team. And if you can punch one in, which, you had one, and it got taken down on a silly penalty.
Well, Winfield's had it inside the 10
Yes, they
3
have.
times here tonight. This is the 3rd time and 2 turnovers in this situation. So we'll see what happens here. And another flag.
Now the clock ran out before Winfield got a snap off because, of course, they stopped the clock.
Apparently it's the end of the football game, Woody. So
yeah, I don't know. I thought they took a timeout.
Yeah.
I know they stopped the clock for the first down.
Right.
Maybe they didn't take a timeout and didn't see the clocks behind them. They weren't looking at the play clock because that wasn't a concern, but Winfield denied the end zone for the 3rd time inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Huntington gets the win here, 31-3. What are your thoughts on the contest?
Hey, I mean, first half was a real battle, a 10-3 game, and Winfield had given every bit as good as they got from Huntington. Second half, the Highlanders made those big plays that they're so well known for, and we started seeing people take it into the end zone. 2 touchdowns for Gavin Locko, a 24-3-yard, 51-yard run for Amari Felder for a touchdown. It just some big plays by this team always pulls them out of tough situations. And, it was across the board. They ran the ball well, 132 yards for Felder, 107 for Locko. Locko threw the ball fairly well tonight, and they did a good job on defense. 3 times inside the 5-yard line to deny a team with the weapons that Winfield has a score. That's a very good job by the defense. A big win for the Huntington Highlanders.
Huntington gets a win here on senior night to improve to 2-4. Winfield falls to 0-3 on the season. We'll step aside for a quick break. We come back, we'll break it all down here on the post-game show. You're listening to Highlander Football on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Why does that door keep locking?
What's wrong? Our bank just sold our mortgage to a company I've never even heard of before.
I didn't understand that was something that could happen. This is an out-of-state company. Well, this isn't a decision we would have made.
Looks like our bank made it for us.
At Huntington Federal, we never sell the mortgages of those who've entrusted us with something as important as the financing of their home.
Now what do we do?
I'm going to get online and apply for a new Huntington Federal mortgage today.
Huntington Federal. Local then, local now.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles an hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field, blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Which is amazing. That's a good win.
over Winfield. Nick Verzolini, Woody Woodrum here on the post-game show. Highlanders improving now to 2-4. Winfield falls to 0-3. Woody, a really clean performance for Huntington here tonight. No turnovers, able to force some turnovers against Winfield and pull away in the second half to get this win in what was a closer game than the final score, because Winfield had some opportunities to definitely make it a better game scoring-wise.
No doubt about it. I mean, Winfield had chance after chance. They threw an interception. The Covert, who played so well on offense and defense, but he threw an interception. Nice read by Skylar Arthur down there about the 5-yard line. They just could not get the ball in the end zone. They run a nice play to score at the end, and somebody blocks in the back, even though there's no one near the running back. So those things kind of make you crazy. For Huntington, though, it's senior night. These kids feel really good about this win. I'm sure that's 2 in a row. Skylar Arthur with 2 interceptions tonight. Big play. I thought Amari Felder with an interception. He ran a 51-yard touchdown. He also caught a 26-yard touchdown and 2 touchdowns for Laco as well. But, Devin Jackson carried 5 times for 20 yards, and James Safford carried 5 times for 38 yards, his best game ever. So there's some guys that stepped up tonight, had big games. Noah Waynick had 3 catches for 37 yards. Felder 2 for 44. Jackson 1 for 18. Eli Archer 1 for 11. So there were a lot of heroes tonight, but I think it was a real team effort, and it was senior night. It was important. Those guys made some big plays down the stretch, and then we got to see some youngsters in there playing against Winfield on the last couple of drives. So that's about all you can do in a game like this. Your team needs to keep working on itself. It'll be a tough game at Greenbrier East. They're playing very well this year, and today, let's check on their score. They're up 41-40 over Woodrow Wilson in the fourth quarter. So, obviously Greenbrier East hasn't played a great schedule, even though they're number 16 in the state. But a chance to go in there next week and maybe make something happen on the long drive down to Lewisburg. And, it'll be easier to practice because you've won a couple games in a row. And, it was hard to believe the good attitude they kept when they were 0-4. The nice thing is the kids are the same kids, but they're 2-4 now.
And you mentioned that score, too. I mean, that's a good sign for Huntington. Now, obviously, week to week, things will change, but Huntington beat up on Woodrow, and obviously that's a close football game. So,
yeah, exactly.
On paper, that's a good sign that should be a pretty good ball game at Greenbrier East next week for the Highlanders. Again, though, back-to-back weeks, too, Woody, where Huntington's able to get that rushing attack going and take the pressure off their sophomore quarterback, Gavin Laco, and that certainly helps out this offense.
Yeah, Laco threw 18 times in the game. He completed 8 of 18, I believe. He threw the ball pretty well, though, and spread it around, hit 5 different receivers in the game. So it's starting to get there. You could see that a little bit. On the opposite sideline, their quarterback, Bryson Brown, it's only his 3rd game, and he's gone against Fairmont, Polka, Huntington, and next week he gets Hurricane, which, is not only AAA, but they're a rival forever and ever. So, as a Winfield General, I instantly began rooting for the Generals when the game was over against Hurricane. But, it's hard to get better as a quarterback when you're facing such good opponents. And it's a tough year for him in his first year, but that'll pay off for Winfield his junior and senior year.
And both these teams have played pretty tough.
Yeah. The hitting's been tough all night, so fortunately they hit me right where they couldn't hurt me in the head. So never mind, folks. It's just stuff falling down around us. And Nick, get us out of here.
Yeah, let's wrap it up here. Huntington gets the win, 31-3 on senior night. For Woody Woodrum, I'm Nick Verzolini. Good night. Highlander fans, make sure to catch Marshall game tomorrow on Saturday against La Tech.
Right. Big game tomorrow, 6 o'clock kickoff. Paul be over at Roosters at 3 to get things started for you tomorrow. And then be sure you tune in to us next week when the long trip to Lewisburg. We'll be there, and we'll have it for you on ESPN coming up next weekend. So thanks to everybody. And once again, Nick, good win, 31-3.
Yeah, good night here from Bob Saint Stadium. Huntington improving to 2-4 on the season. Winfield falls to 0-3 with a 31-3 win.
Oh, wow.
We're writing the next chapter of West Virginia's comeback story as we speak. But one elected official, or even all of our elected officials, can't do that on our own. Ultimately, West Virginia's comeback story will be written by you. I ask for your confidence, and I ask for your vote so that we can put that pen back in your hands, and your hopes, your dreams, and your aspirations will write the next chapter of West Virginia's comeback story. I'm Daniel Linville, and I approve this message.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.